guys, so we are back for another reading. You guys voted for this one on my community page, and it is going to be, what will your career success look like? So when your success comes down for your career, what's it going to look like for you? What will be that lifestyle, the vibe? How is your life going to look? So today we have these beautiful cupcakes. So I am going to show you guys up close, but I will quickly go over the numbers. This one is number 1. Then we have 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to show you up close as well. So this one is number 1. I think it's maybe orange or something. Yeah, probably orange. Maybe, I don't know, cantaloupe or something, but it looks probably like orange. There's little, like a little star fruit inside and other decorations. Number 2, I think, is blueberry. And there is some chocolate, cherries, a little piece of orange, a little chocolate decoration. And then we have the yellow one. I'm guessing it's lemon. And there is a little lemon rind or a peach, and lots of little decorations of blueberry as well, a lemon wafer. And now we have number 4, and this one is chocolate. And it's got decorations as well. A whole little chocolate bar stuck in there. These would be so cute if you actually saw these at the bakery. Like, imagine with a little mini chocolate bar inside and stuff. But yeah, so hopefully you guys had time to decide. You can always feel free to rewind as many times as you need, mute me, or just pause the video, whatever you need to do to watch it until you have a decision made about which pile you want to go with. But we're going to go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey, pile 1. So if you guys picked this orange cupcake, this is going to be your reading. So they have a little orange in there. They have this cute little pink heart and a star fruit and a little wafer, chocolate wafer thing. So it looks super good. Well, let's get right into your reading. So we got the 5 of Cups, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, the World, and the 2 of Wands. So what's really interesting is, while I can see that you guys are destined for a really huge success, we have the King of Pentacles coming in, and then we have the World as well. So to me, this says that this is going to be substantial success for you. It's not just going to be like a promotion of $2 extra per hour or, you know, something small. It's going to be a really, really big success. But the only thing is that starting off with the 5 of Cups, which is kind of a sorrowful card, that can talk about us being focused on the things we lost, even though we have blessings right in front of us. And I feel like almost what's coming through for you guys is at very first, and I do think this goes away a little bit because the subsequent cards are all positive, but the first card talks about maybe you guys might have some kind of trauma that I feel like may be unhealed. And it's almost like when, you know, in a weird way, it can be easier to deal with focusing on money or trying to earn money than dealing with those deep-seated traumas. Like, I feel like for most people, it's easier to figure out a way to earn $20 than it would be to go back and heal a childhood deep wound or a deep unhealed wound with an ex or something like that. You know what I mean? Because those are really big issues. And maybe in a way, the fact that you guys haven't achieved money yet distracts you from these issues. And once you get the money in, it's really like there's nothing else to deal with except, you know, some of this more deep traumatic sorrow kind of energy. And so I feel like for some of you guys, you've been mistreated by people. What's coming up is a real deep sense of like, it's not fair, like unfairness, being treated badly, being treated cruelly. And I feel like some of those emotions bubble up when you do reach success. It's almost like I made it to the top, but at what cost? You know what I mean? Some of you guys may have to abandon some people on the way. I'm almost seeing like, I know this is a really gory image, but I read a lot about like Mount Everest, and I know that there's a lot of bodies on Mount Everest that people can't rescue, can't save. And if there's like a medical emergency on Mount Everest, obviously they try to bring people down, but it's also like a situation where the air is so thin up there that you kind of have to also be prepared that if it's a life or death issue for yourself, you have to kind of just focus on yourself, because your chances of survival are pretty slim. And I almost am getting that image where it's like you guys have had to leave people behind to reach this success, because you guys were surrounded with a lot of dysfunctional people, and you guys had to make the conscious choice to leave them behind in order to reach the success you have. So it's kind of like you were climbing Mount Everest with someone who had like breathing issues, and then eventually you were like, I can't help you anymore. I have to go on. I have to save myself, kind of a thing, you know? And it's really sad. And I feel like some of that emotion comes up at first is like, you're feeling a little bit alone, to be honest. I don't mean to be so sad and depressing, but I do think it's bittersweet. You know, it's like you have this huge success, and I do think it's worth noting that this is like a big success, because I feel like for you guys, it's almost like it's been a hard path, and you need that reassurance that like, yes, you're going to get that big success. It's not going to be success of like, you know, you earn an extra dollar, or I don't know, you have a slight raise in your job title. Like, this is going to be big success for you guys. But I also think that it comes with, it's almost like I'm hearing heavy is the head that wears the crown. And some of you guys have had people betray you. And honestly, I'm getting that really sorrowful feeling. Like, it's almost like it's lonely at the top or something. You guys may have grown up in a dysfunctional family, or a family that had a poverty mindset where they never thought it would be possible to accomplish or achieve the things you've accomplished. And they didn't know they were doing this, but they were sabotaging you, and they were constantly being negative with you. And somewhere along the way, you choose to like leave that behind. And I feel like it's almost like once you're there, you're so happy, but there's also like this memory of some of the people that betrayed you. Because I do feel like you guys have been backstabbed, honestly. I feel this really heavy, sad emotion, to be honest. It's really shocking, because I thought this reading was just going to be like all happy, but I'm feeling a lot of sadness come through. And I feel like some of you guys, it's almost like maybe some of you guys spend the holidays alone, or maybe some of you guys have had birthdays alone or something. But it feels like a betrayal. And I feel like you guys are sad, but I'm also feeling like that was a major part of your journey, and part of the whole reward you're getting, or the success and the financial abundance you have, is directly because of you being willing to leave behind these people, because they were toxic for you. And it's almost like a test, you know what I mean? Because obviously everyone wants success, but not everyone is willing to do what it takes in a positive way. Obviously not like cutthroat, but I feel like you needed to shed some of that heaviness. You needed to let go of some of those connections and be brave enough to do it on your own. And you have, and now we have this massive success coming in. So it is definitely a bittersweet emotion. It definitely doesn't feel like success. It's just kind of all sunshine and rainbows and parties and everything's great. But at the same time, there's so much blessings coming in. First of all, with the world, that does talk about travel. So you guys may be traveling a lot with this success. Your lifestyle might be one where you're on a jet all the time. You're, you know, catching the red eye here, and then you're catching, you know, another flight back at the end of the day or something like that. Or it could be that you're just going to be able to move to other places. Maybe, I feel like a lot of people, I mean, it's kind of like everyone likes to travel, right? Because we all like to see new things. It's just like we all like food or whatever. But some people like food more than other people, and some people like traveling more than others. And I feel like you guys in particular get a lot out of traveling. Like, you guys really love to have your horizons broadened. Maybe some of you guys are Sagittariuses or have very active ninth houses. You should always do your astrology chart, and I'm hearing that some of you guys might have some major planets in the ninth house, or a very active Jupiter, you know, Jupiter aspecting Venus, or Jupiter aspecting the sun, or the moon or something. But it seems like there is a ton of depth and love that you get out of traveling. Like, it does something for your soul. And of course, traveling benefits everyone, but to you guys, it really moves you. It really does something very special for you. So I feel like for some of you guys, you may just be moving to another place. You may be living or buying a house internationally. And it may be a situation where you have like multiple houses. in different places. You may be one of those people that like summer's here and then winter's there, and you have your summer house, you have your winter house, you have your beach house, you have your house in Italy or wherever. And so I feel like for you guys, this is about you guys having the money to kind of be free and kind of do exactly what you want to do. Yeah. Also for you guys, I feel like you guys are going to be really respected for your communication skills, and that may have something to do with your job. You may be communicating in your job. You may be a kind of public speaker or using your voice, a singer or something about communicating for a lot of you guys. Also, your intellect is going to be really respected. People see you as very intelligent. And another thing that could be a possible negative about this is I'm getting that you guys are going to have to make a lot of decisions. You guys are going to have to be constantly like deciding like, okay, let's go with this. Okay, let's go with this ingredient. Okay, let's put this in the manufacturing line. Let's do an ad campaign like this. Like, I feel like there is a lot of thinking, a lot of decisions and choices that you guys have to make, a lot of judgments that you guys are always having to make with the Queen of Swords. So just know that that is going to be a part of it. If you guys hate making decisions, I feel like that's going to be something that will change as you go into the success energy, and you're just going to be better at it because of practice. You're just going to start, becoming a lot quicker, a lot faster at deciding. And now you may deliberate over like, what flavor of ice cream should I order? But I feel like in the future, you guys are just going to have to become quick decision makers, and a lot is kind of riding on your back. A lot of it is going to be like up to you, and people are going to be coming to you, like handing you stuff and constantly like asking you questions and stuff. But let's talk about the King of Pentacles. So that is a huge indicator that this is going to be a huge success for you guys. So that would indicate a lot of money coming in and a high status in your career. It would indicate that you would be the head of something or have reached some very high level in your position. So don't think that this is going to be like I said, I keep mentioning it, but it's not a slight promotion. This is going to be a big promotion. This is going to be something huge. And I feel like some of you guys may be business owners or have a lot of people answering to you, especially with those combined. Like, I feel like it's definitely a position where you guys are on the top and kind of deciding. Two of Wands also talks about kind of like planning. It can also talk about travel as well. So travel is coming through really strong, but also the planning aspect of, like I said, I feel like people are going to be like handing you documents, and you're going to have to like read it, sign it, go on to the next. What's the next decision? Like, it's going to be a constant thing. It's not just going to be chilling by the pool. It's going to be like you guys responding to emails and planning this and planning that. But I feel like you guys, after all you've been through, y'all are not going to mind that at all. You don't mind, because you guys have been through some hard stuff, and at this point, like, you're definitely open to having to work as long as you get those rewards. So we also got travel, spirit guide, and peace. So I feel like with peace, we're also talking about, like I said, a little bit of the trauma or this drama that you guys had to deal with earlier in your life before the success came in. And one thing that the success is going to give you is a sense of peace or closure with that. Like, I feel like, once you end up succeeding at something really well, it does, it's not going to heal all wounds, but it's going to make you feel a lot better, like looking at like, okay, look, I'm a huge success. I accomplished all these dreams. And yeah, this person was really mean to me, but look at where I am now, And I feel like there's a sense of peace that you guys have. If you guys have been surrounded by dysfunctional people, it's almost like I'm feeling like they're not going to have the same access to you guys that they did, that your money is going to give you guys the ability to really clear them out of your life. For some reason, you guys may have not been able to clear them out of your life. Maybe for some of you guys, this is family or like a dysfunctional ex that you always have to deal with or something like that. Maybe some of you guys like share a child with this person, or it's an old friend or a coworker or something. But I feel like you guys being in this position is going to allow you to be like, I'm not dealing with you anymore. I don't have to. I make my own money. I don't answer to you. Bye, you know? And so I think that this career status, career position for you is going to really give you closure and help you move into a very peaceful place. Like, I feel like it's almost going to be a revelation for some of you guys, because some of you guys are so used to dysfunction. You've been around it for so long. You've been in such a chaotic energy for so long that you don't even know what it's like. And I almost feel like you guys are going to be in shock. Like, wait a minute, this is my life? Like, this is for me, but it's not for someone else, it's me. Like, wait, there's no chaos happening, and like no one's gonna barge in and start screaming at me. Like, wait, what's going on? It's almost like you guys are so shocked by this at first. You guys don't really know how to handle it, but I feel like you like it. And I feel like this is one of the reasons Spirit cleared these people out of your life, is because you aren't supposed to bring them with you into this career status, because if you did, they would cause chaos there and they would sabotage it. So that's why I'm hearing that Spirit had to push these people out of your life so severely and so dramatically and so chaotically as it happened, is because, and I'm hearing from Spirit, like a lot of stuff is coming through. I'm hearing from Spirit, but everything, it's like they're talking back to me as they talk to me. Everything with this person is chaotic. Everything with these people are chaotic anyway. So it's like, it doesn't even matter. It's not even like, yeah, they left dramatically, but everything they do is like chaotic, dramatic. You know that. Like, there was no way for them to leave your life peacefully, because it's just not who they are. They are dramatic and chaotic by nature. And so, like, Spirit is just basically saying, like, of course that was how it had to happen. But I feel like, yeah, they had to get cleared out, because you know, Spirit wants you guys to be able to be peaceful, and they want this peaceful environment for you. They want this peaceful vibe. And I'm hearing you guys have earned it. And your spirit guides are very much with you. Like, as I'm talking, I'm like, oh, and look at the spirit guide card. As I'm saying, Spirit saying this, and they're talking so loudly. Yeah, they're very much with you guys on this journey. Some of you guys are psychic and have intuitively sensed a lot of this stuff. Some of you guys may even do, I don't know, psychic work or something, or you're just very intuitive people, or you consult psychics, or maybe, yeah, some of you guys may be business owners that like consult an astrologist, or have your psychic on call that you always talk to, you know, and can give you a lot of wisdom and advice. I always think that's a really good idea if you have a psychic you trust, to like talk to them regularly. Yeah, so some of you guys may be using a psychic that you're regularly in touch with or whatever. But I do think that that this is like a guided journey. You know what I mean? This is all anointed and appointed and supposed to happen with the timing that it did. So if you guys were like, why was it so chaotic before I finally came into success? Why did I have to go through that? Why did those relationships have to end? And you get into that 5 of Cups sad energy, know that it was so you could find your peace. And I feel like there's so many examples of like celebrities who had people in their lives who would backstab them, take all their money, whatever. And it does happen, you know? So it's something to be aware of, that like having chaotic energy around you can be really detrimental, and it's not something you guys want to have. So also coming through again with travel, which we already talked about, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but just a confirm that yes, this is going to be traveling for some of you guys. Like I said, it's going to be a second house. It's going to be living in a foreign country. Maybe you guys will be like, you know what? I really want to live in Greece, and you buy a house in Greece, you buy an apartment in Greece, or you know, you decide you want to move to like Shanghai, and next thing you know, you're living in Shanghai. Like, I feel like for some of you guys, I am getting a Sagittarius vibe, and you guys like to travel. It does something very special for you to explore the world, and so it's like that's going to be super amazing for you guys, and I feel like you guys are going to take full advantage of it. So we also got Judgment, aka renewal, the Sun, Wise Counselor, aka the Hierophant, and 7 of Pentacles. So first of all, with the Judgment card coming in, you know, that does make me think of all the discussions we've had about the people that did you wrong. So to me, I'm not surprised the judgment would come up, because to me, I feel like that is such a card talking about karma. And I feel like this is just saying that this is part of your karma for how you handled yourself when these people were treating you really badly, that you guys kept going, kept your chin up, kept smiling, kept moving it forward. And that's really what Spirit likes to say. So it's like, now you've been rewarded, you know, now you guys have followed through with that little inner voice inside of you, and you guys have kind of like passed the test. I feel, you know, you guys moved forward and broke through all the kind of ancestral curses and all the negative energy and all the trash that was thrown at you, and now you're getting that positive karma that you really want to have. And so I also feel like this is kind of a message also to the people that have done you wrong, about them, where they might have to see you glow up. They might have to see you doing really well. And I feel like this is going to be made clear to them. Like, they are going to have to watch this, and Spirit is going to kind of I keep hearing, prepare me a table in the presence of mine enemies. So I feel like it's going to be very much put in front of them and made sure that they see exactly how well you're doing, see exactly how nice your life is now and how amazing your lifestyle is. Spirit really wants them to see you doing super well. This is not something that I feel like Spirit is going to hide this turn of events from the people who did you wrong. I feel like to a certain extent this may be publicly made. I'm not sure how, but like, or made public, I guess I should say, where these people are going to be aware of your success. And I'm hearing Psalm 23, He prepareth me a table in the presence of mine enemies. So to me, it really seems like it's going to be made clear to these enemies and to these people that tried to bring you down exactly how much you guys have succeeded. And it's not going to be hidden from them. Spirit wants them to know. And I feel like for some of you guys that might be scary. Like, you're honestly, some of you guys are afraid of these people because they really tried to bring you down. But I feel like you guys are going to be so protected by this success. I mean, you guys got the sun. And you got the world. So it's like ultimate success cards, really. I mean, I King of Pentacles, like, you guys are going to have such big success. And I feel like this is going to be that fulfillment, completion moment for you, that it's not going to be touchable. It's not going to be something they can sabotage. I feel like had you kept them in your life, they could have sabotaged you. But because you cut them out and you made that hard choices back before the success comes in, they're not going to be able to mess with this. So it's actually a huge blessing for you. And I feel like for some of you guys, what's interesting is we got the Hierophant, aka Wise Counselor. And that one kind of is like a very traditional card. I feel like some of you guys are kind of traditional. Not all of you guys, but some of you guys, although you may be non-traditional in some ways, I feel some of you guys are going to kind of have that house that looks like a very traditional house. Like, you're not going to spend your money necessarily on going totally out of the box crazy stuff, like a totally modern house or something. I feel like some of you guys, you know, and that is also ruled by Taurus. And I feel like for some of you guys, you want that house that is more traditional. Like, you're gonna want that house that looks like, you know, one of those old mansions in the Old South or something, or like with the white pillars and the, you know, the oak tree or something, I don't know, the Spanish moss, or like a house on the East Coast that's like an old school colonial, you know what I mean? But I feel like you guys really like luxury and stuff. Maybe you guys would want to fit in at like a country club, or maybe you guys would want to join a social club or something, or fit in. It's almost like some people would assume that you guys would take this money, and because you guys have been put through judgment by others, and you guys have been like, you know, like ostracized by these people in a certain way, that you would be like, you know what, screw everyone, I'm doing whatever I want. But I feel like there's a part of you guys that you guys do like some of those traditional things, and that's okay. And maybe you can reinvent it and do it in your own way. Maybe you don't fit in some ways, but that's okay, because you have the money now, and you know, people are gonna have to overlook certain things that maybe they may have been picky about before, but now it's like, well, but I got this cash, and you know what I mean? And I feel like you guys are going to really enjoy spending your money like that. Like, I don't think you guys are going to do something crazy with the money, like decide to just spend it on like crazy abstract art. You know what I mean? I feel like you guys would spend your money on things that are like almost like a very, I don't know how to describe it, but like traditional looking. Like, you guys would want that kind of old school vibe, like an old English manor or an old Tuscan villa or something, or you know, an older house in like Japan that's beautiful, you know, in a very traditional style. You know what I mean? So wherever you're from, I feel like you guys would want to have a certain traditional look to it. Like, you guys like the fact that you can kind of fit into the neighborhood with your money, and you guys can find a way to get along with everyone, and you know, that maybe you weren't born into a certain way, but you guys can adjust and enjoy a certain lifestyle. I don't know, but that's just what's coming through for you guys. Of course, it may not, take what resonates and leave the rest, and some of you guys may want to do something crazy outside the box, but I feel like a lot of you guys are actually going to enjoy fitting into certain social groups and having like friends and stuff, and you're going to have like this lifestyle, and I feel like they're actually going to really welcome you and open you and be open to you. And it's like, this is going to be healing for you guys, because some of you guys have been so ostracized by certain people who haven't seen you as who you are and have been very judgmental to you. And we did get judgment, and it's like you guys worry about that and feel the weight of that. So it's actually going to mean a lot to you that it's like, oh really, I'm so bad, but look at me, I'm going to, you know, the nicest like hotel in the world that's very traditional, but they love when I come in. You know what I mean? Something like that is coming through. So I don't know, but we also got 7 of Pentacles. So this is also your hard work paying off. There's so many cards here about things coming to that fruition point. And of course, this is a reading about success, what happens when you have your moment of success, but I can't emphasize enough how much success is coming through. It's just crazy. So other cards we got are Woodwives, Adaptability, Mindful, Groupthink, Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine, Wailing Tree, Reconciliations, and Whale Song, Resonating. So some of these people may be trying to come back into your life, but I feel like you guys are pretty much closed off to it, which I think is a wise choice. I actually don't think you guys are going to want to reconcile, but I do think you're going to be on a lot of people's minds. We got groupthink, and I think a lot of people are aware of you. A lot of people are paying attention to how well you guys are doing. For some reason, it keeps coming through as some of this is like public. So I don't know. Again, I said, you know, we did get the Queen of Swords, and that can talk about, you know, being almost like public speaking. So maybe some of you guys are going to have some kind of a public platform, public presence in some way. Maybe even it's just your LinkedIn page is like popping off, and it's just like you have so many amazing connections or something. I don't know. But I feel like, again, people are going to be aware of this. It's going to be a topic of conversation. People are going to be chattering about like, did you see that she's speaking at the blah, blah, blah? Did you see that he got the deal with so-and-so? Did you see that he posted on his Instagram from this conference? You know what I mean? Like, people are going to be talking about this, I feel like. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people who are very much like, just, I don't want to say obsessed, but very much focused and interested in how did this person achieve this success, especially because some people are aware of, maybe not all of it, but are aware to a certain extent of what you guys have been through. And they're kind of just blown away, like at your strength, at your adaptability, at how you guys have gone through it and you guys have come out on the other side. Yeah, I feel like people it's like they weren't expecting you to have all of that thrown at you and that you would still be standing. So I feel like some of these betrayer people, they do try to come back into your life at this point. They may try to be really nice. They may try to act very like, I'm so sorry. It was totally a miscommunication. I hope you weren't offended. I didn't mean it. I didn't really say that. I think I said this, but I heard you were upset. And it's like, it's, in my opinion, not coming through as something spirit necessarily would sign off on. So I don't know if that's the truth. For some of you guys, I feel like you may have other people, though, actually I'm getting, that are positive, possibly an ex, possibly a soulmate, possibly multiple exes or romantic or old friends or something. But I feel like these would be people that you wouldn't be necessarily upset to hear from, that may reach out to congratulate you or reach out to you. Because I feel like, again, I keep getting, for some of you guys, this is going to be a public platform of some kind, or there's going to be something public. Again, maybe it's just, you guys posted on your Instagram and you're like, I got this deal, or here's me on a private jet or something. And, people just reach out to you that way. But I feel like people are going to be aware of this and people are going to be reaching out. And it's actually, I think, going to be really nice for you to hear from some of these people, but I don't know if you guys will want to go back. I'm not getting like a super strong romance energy. So I feel like for some of you guys, while it's like so nice to hear from these people, you're also like, yeah, I'm kind of, on a new kick. I feel like you guys are leaving behind so many things in the past that you're not really wanting to turn back around. You guys have kind of moved on from the Five of Cups energy, and you're like, thanks for coming back, but like, I'm good, I'm okay. So we also got volcano, volatility, and childhood innocence. So I feel like for some of you guys, this is going to be a return to childhood. It's like, not in a negative way, not in a mature way, but like, some of you guys had kind of your sweetness, kindness, trusting nature taken advantage of and almost like beaten out of you. And you guys are going to go back to feeling almost like yourself again. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like for so many of you guys, this stress you guys have been under has taken it out of you. And it's almost like you can't even imagine what it's like to get through a day without stressing out, without feeling on edge, without being upset and emotional. And suddenly it's like, oh, this is who I am. This is who I always was. I remember doing this stuff as a child. Maybe suddenly you remember that you always loved a certain type of hobby, like painting or doodling or something, but you haven't done it since you were a little kid, and suddenly you go back to that. Suddenly you start taking that on as a hobby more and more. I feel like for you guys, there's a lot of like, it's just such a strong healing energy coming through. So with volcano volatility, I feel like, again, there could be a lot of almost like fires you guys are always having to put out. Like I said, I feel like I'm getting an image of someone like signing off on this, signing off on that. Like, I got to do this, I got to do that. And so it's like, it's not just sitting and chilling by the pool. It is something where you guys are going to be busy. There's going to be a lot going on. I feel like in a way, some of you guys are going to be surprised by that because you were hoping that like it would be completely peaceful. And while it's so much more peaceful, it's also like, oh, I got to do a lot. I'm busy all the time, kind of a thing. So also we got unicorn purity, hummingbird spirit joy, and bear spirit healing. So that's kind of the same thing I was just talking about. So I'm not going to completely rehash it, but just confirming that this is kind of a return to your childhood, youthful self when you were just very open to the world and didn't mind, weren't encumbered by some of this traumatic stuff you guys have been put through. It's going to be a lot more blissful. It's going to be a lot more blissed out. It's going to be very relaxing for you guys to have been through this period. And there's going to be a return to your childhood type energy. So other cards we got from the tarot, the World again, the Sun. Okay, y'all, this is crazy. So any tarot readers in here, you guys know how crazy it is that this comes out after that. And I did not pre-pull the cards. I promise you that. So it's just so bizarre. Like, this is crazy. And we got Judgment as well. So we literally have 19, 20, 21, which are the final 3 tarot cards. So this really shows, like, for I keep saying it, but for those of you guys who don't get it, like, these are the culmination moments of the tarot. This is saying that this really is this huge success, huge breakthrough culmination moment for you guys. I can't say it enough. I mean, these cards are crazy. So yeah. So we also got 8 of Wands, the Chariot, and the Hierophant again. So this is really big success, crucial breakthrough. I think you guys are kind of blown away. Like, it's almost like I'm hearing, like, I can't believe I did it. I can't believe I really did it. I thought I could, I wanted to, but I can't believe I actually did it. You can't believe you, like, accomplished your dreams, or these little things that you had in your head happened. And it's almost like, okay, what now? Like, it's kind of like, I don't, what else do I have to do now? Like, I feel like once you achieve this success, there is a moment of being kind of like, okay, like, what's next? Because I wasn't really expecting to, like you were hoping for it, but now that it's there, it's almost like so much of your mind has been put in this energy of worrying about stuff and, like, hoping it works out, but, like, I don't know if it's going to or not, and you know what I mean? And so when it comes through, it's like you're kind of like, okay, I know I dreamed of that, but, like, I didn't actually think it would happen. And there's a little bit of shock. There's a little bit of, like, I feel like it's like, I watched, I love that show. It's one of the only shows I ever watch. I pretty much watched Dateline and, like, this and, like, hardly anything else. But My Lottery Dream Home, and a lot of the lottery winners say, like, they'll call their spouse or something, and they'll be like, I just won the lottery, and the spouse is like, really? Or they'll be like, stop pranking me, or they'll be like, leave me alone, don't call me with these stupid, like, lies, and it's like, it's hard to believe, you don't actually, you hope it happens, but when it actually happens, I feel like a lot of people are in disbelief. They don't really understand it. It's like you're in shock, and I feel like you guys have that moment of, like, how did this happen? Especially because I think you guys have been through some trauma. It's almost like some of you guys are just very like, well, it never really is going to happen for me. Like, I just have this hard life. That's just kind of how it goes for me. And so it's like, you're like, huh? Me? It's my blessings? What? And so, yeah, I just always see that image of, like, Trisha Paytas in her car when she's saying, like, huh? Me? What? Like, it's like exactly that. If you guys know that meme I'm talking about, like, she just looks so confused. And that's what I'm seeing, is, like, just someone who's just very baffled that this happened to them. So I feel like this is big success for you guys to be that surprised. I feel like you guys are really going to accomplish so much, and it frees up a lot of space in your life to think about what it is you want to do next. But then I also feel like, again, I keep getting, you guys are still going to be very busy. We did get the 8 of Wands and the Chariot, both very active cards, to say the least, with the Chariot. So it's like you guys are going to be kept very busy. You guys are going to have to be moving things ahead, still going. You guys are going to have to be staying busy, keeping it moving. It's not just going to be kind of like sitting by the pool and drinking mimosas and just chilling. You guys are going to still have a ton of responsibilities. I feel like there's going to be people on the payroll that you have to take care of. There's going to be people that are like, they're going to be dependent on you. And one other card that we didn't talk about, but is the Cosmic Womb. And I feel like it's almost like you guys are going to be continuously putting stuff out. That card is like about fertility and being like very, like fertility in the sense of like, okay, you're you're able to produce a lot of stuff. And I feel like you guys are going to be that way. Like, you guys are the type, I feel like you always have stuff running through your mind. And once you have one type of success, if someone approaches you with like a business deal, you'll be like, yeah, let's do it. Or you'll be like, yeah, I could do that, but like, let's try this. Or, you always have things kind of percolating in your head. And you guys are very, I think, very naturally business-minded type people. I'm getting also a Capricorn energy, and we did get the world twice, which is ruled by Saturn. We also got the sun twice, which is ruled by Leo. Well, the sun, but that corresponds to Leo. And we also got the Hierophant twice, which relates to Taurus. So those are big cards, or big energies coming through more than once. But I feel like for you guys, yeah, this is a lot about you guys are the type that will have a lot of business ideas, a lot of different strategies. You guys are constantly coming up with new ideas and stuff. And so it's like, once you have this financial or career success, you'll also be able to really take those and run with it. Part of it is like, you might have an idea, but you might not have the money to actually turn it into something. You might not actually have the money to, actually start that line or something, because of course all of that does take money. But I do feel like when you have the money that comes in, it's like those things are going to be able to be a reality for you guys. So if there's, an idea that pops up, instead of you guys kind of having to ignore it and just pretend like whatever, oh well, you guys are going to be able to try it out. And I think because of that, you guys might have multiple business lines, might have multiple streams of income, might have multiple plans that, you're working with. So yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot going on with your business. It's almost like once you reach one form of success, it opens up all these other forms of success. It opens up all these other business strategies and stuff. So you guys are going to be busy, like I said. So other cards we got are power, leadership, opportunity, flexibility, and enlightenment. And something else I'm feeling the urge to say is that the Chariot is ruled by Cancer. And since we also have renewal ruled by Pluto, there is some strong water sign energy coming through here as well. So if you guys are a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, this also might be really resonating with you. But those are the major signs. Of course, it can be any sign, but those are just kind of the major ones. But we got power, flexibility, leadership, opportunity, flexibility, enlightenment. So I feel like, yeah, power came in first, and it's like, you guys have a lot of power, and which I think you guys are going to really enjoy. Like I said, this isn't just a small promotion. This is you guys truly having power and truly being a leader. And I think that for you guys, that means a lot, because you guys have been put down a lot. You guys have been kind of discarded a lot. People have like looked over you and ignored you a lot, or sabotaged you. So the fact that now you can actually take off with your dreams, because again, I'm getting you guys are so creative and you have all these ideas floating around in your head, but it's almost like you haven't had the chance to use them. But with opportunity coming in, I feel like you guys are going to be able to, if an idea hits you, it's like, boom, okay, let's do it. Let's try it out. Which I think it's like you guys, I could see you guys being like moguls or something, because I feel like you guys are super business minded, super have very good instincts for that. So, and you guys are like adaptable, flexible, like that keeps coming through. So if, someone's like, well, I do want to start a business, but only if it's blah, 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 you're like, okay, we can do that. Like you guys are, very, very like intelligent people who are quick adapters, and your brain moves fast and you're not super rigid. And I think that this just, it's like now that you have this one foot in the door, y'all are the type that are going to like kick it wide open and rush through and, make the best of it. So I feel like your success is going to build on itself. I definitely am getting like mogul vibes from you guys. Like I feel like if you guys get one success, it's going to blow the doors down, and you guys are going to have multiple forms of success because you guys are that smart and that business minded. You guys, when one door opens, you bust through and throw open all the other doors, You guys are ready to to make the best of this success. So I feel like even though you reach this moment of fruition, it's just going to keep getting better and better and better and better, because you just naturally, you don't even have to work at it. You naturally come up with a lot of ideas. You guys are naturally very strategic. And yeah, so I think that also with enlightenment, you guys might be, if you watch tarot videos or do tarot, maybe you guys will be like those kind of crunchy granola, like tech leader people that like meditate all the time or something. But I feel like you guys, another thing that keeps coming through, and with all the water sign cards as well, is a lot of psychic ability on your part. So maybe you guys will be meditating or having a guru or having your psychic on call. You guys know I always recommend Keen for that if you guys do want a psychic. But in my link in my bio. But yeah, so you guys will have that like person on call or something, or have like, like a guru, or have like a yoga practice or something like that you always go to that helps you make more money, or an astrologer or something like that. Because I feel like I keep getting this theme of like psychic abilities throughout this whole thread. So some of you guys will be utilizing that in some way or form. So is there anything else, Spirit, that we have for pile 1? I think that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my Patreon if you want to see more readings. I just posted one which is about what your love life was like in past lives and how it affects you now. So anyway, watch that or subscribe to that if you guys want to see that. And I do my Patreon live streams as well. And make sure to comment, like, if you liked this video, if it resonated, leave me a little comment, or leave a like, or do both, and subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll be back very soon for another reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hey, pile 2. So if you guys got this blue cupcake, this is going to be your reading. There's so many cool details on this, from the little chocolate heart that says love, to the little blood orange slice, to the cherry, and all the sprinkles on top, as well as the chocolate garnish. There's just so many details. Like, I feel like if you saw that in an actual bakery or a cupcake shop, you'd just be like, oh my God, go off. But anyway, let's get right into your reading, guys. We got the Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, Justice, the Moon, King of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. So what's coming through right away is your success will come from a lot of hard work on your part. You guys are hard workers, and that will lead to this success. The Queen of Pentacles generally will mean that this will also involve a lot of money for you guys, but I'm getting the vibe that this is something you guys really worked for, and the 7 of Pentacles talks about that. It's kind of like an image of, the harvest paying off. Like, we put all this work in, we took care of this tree, and now we have all the money is blooming off of it. So, it is talking about you guys having worked hard and it paying off. You guys have gone through hardship with the 3 of Swords. There has been difficulty in the past, and it's almost like justice, karma coming in to make things right by giving you this money. Some of you guys may have felt drawn to pile 1, in which case I would highly recommend watching that, because you do have some similarities to that. But of course, you're also your own pile, but just saying. But yeah, so I feel like for you guys, your success will involve like a payoff for some of this work you guys have been doing. It's almost like you guys have been toiling away with no recognition of all the work you guys put in. And so some of this success is going to be all about Spirit wanting to show you that there is a payoff, wanting to show others as well how much you guys have put in, and that hard work is rewarded. And so it's like all the effort, all the energy you put in, all the hardship you had to face, all the trouble, it's going to pay off with this kind of success that comes in. I feel like in a way you guys may have been through a period where you felt like you were working yourself to the bone, but like nothing changed, nothing paid off, nothing ever happened, and it just stayed the same. And so this success would be showing you that like, no, that's not how it happens. That's not how the story ends. It is going to be with a lot of success for you. So We also have the moon, which can kind of talk about a little bit of insecurities, anxiety. I feel like there was a point where you guys just felt like none of this was going to actually pay off. The moon can also talk about like going off in a destination where you're really not sure where it's going to end up. So you're just kind of continuing on your path. And I feel like that's true for a lot of you guys, where you guys were putting in the work, but you didn't necessarily have the end vision of like what was going to happen. You just kind of knew that you had to follow that. The ruler of the moon is Pisces in the card, obviously not in actual astrology, but so it's like, that's a very Pisces thing to do. You know, it's like you're trusting in your judgment, you're trusting in your intuition, you're trusting in kind of the universe to see what happens and that it will pay off. And I feel like that is what this success will be. It will be the payout of like all the work that you actually put in finally paying off. And then we also have Cancer. So big water sign energy coming in through this reading. A lot of water signs may be watching this pile, but of course you may not be a water sign, and it's totally fine if you're not. So other cards we got are Me Talks, Repairing the Body, Mind, Spirit, Joyful Muse, Inspiration, Skywriting, the Fates, Overflow, Overwhelm, and Plenty, and Netcaster, Preparations Come to Fruition, and Moon Maiden, New Beginnings. So I feel like this would be a new change for you guys. I feel like this kind of money would allow you guys to fix a lot of stuff and make some real big changes that in a way have needed to happen. Like maybe it's like you need to fix your car, or you guys needed to move out of a toxic apartment situation. And there may be like even toxins or something, like toxic mold or something for some of you guys, because we did get Me Talks, and I don't know why I said toxic mold, but so maybe it's something like that where maybe the situation you're in, there's even like environmental toxins or something. But I feel like there's a new start that's going to come in when you get this money. It may allow you to move homes. It may allow you to buy like a certain thing for like your kids or something like that. But it's almost like there are things you have been putting off, or things that you've known you needed to do, and when this success comes in, it's going to come in like and allow you to fix all this stuff that needs to be fixed. I feel like there are things that need to be paid off, things that need to be fixed, and it's like now we have the money, now we can actually do it. And a lot of this is about like the work you guys have been putting in. Spirit keeps bringing that up, and with Netcaster, Preparations Come to Fruition, I feel like this is all about you guys having put in the work for so long, and Spirit wants that recognition to come through. Also for you guys, a lot of you guys may finally have the opportunity to work on like your creative projects. You might have the opportunity, if you've been wanting to write a book, wanting to write a novel, or writing to paint, or wanting to compose music or something. I feel like Spirit is going, or some of you guys may want to go to like shows or something. I feel like it's almost like some of you guys have been putting that off for so long because you just haven't had the money to go out and spend it on like flying to your favorite concert or flying to see your favorite artist. And so you guys would have that ability to kind of pay for the art you really want to see, or to have the time to make art. But I feel like you guys have a lot of creative stuff in your mind, but it's almost like you've had to block some of it out because you've had to like get down and dirty with this work. You guys have had to just be so nose to the grindstone, working so hard. And now it's almost like you guys are going to be able to take a break, like, I can exhale finally, I can relax, because now the pressure is off, you know. And I think that's a big thing for you guys, is there was a huge amount of pressure that you guys were under. There was a huge amount of stress that you guys had to deal with. And then that starts to be like slowly cleared away. It starts to be slowly erased. And it's almost like, okay, what's next? What do we, what do we actually want to do? Do we actually want to spend our time working so hard? Or like, maybe you like electronic music or something and you want to go to like a rave, or maybe you like a certain artist and they only perform, you know, a few times a year or something, or they're always like they're having a farewell tour or something, I don't know, and you guys would be able to fly out and go to it. But I feel like there's something about you guys seeing a certain type of art. Maybe you guys love going to the movies, but you'll be able to now afford to go to the movies. But there's something coming through with you guys being able to afford art and being able to go see art, and you guys also having the time and the resources to pursue your artistic pursuits. So we also got good luck, beauty, answers, fertility, talent, transformation. So I feel like for some of you guys, some of your success may also come as a result of you guys being very attractive. Some of you guys may be putting yourself out there in the public eye in some way, or you may be just marrying someone and it's like because you're so attractive, you attract them into your life or something like that. But I definitely feel like you guys also are looking really good because of also this money glow up. Unfortunately it's true, but having some money can help us get like, I don't know, a better skincare routine, or just sleep a lot more. We're more relaxed, we're more chilled out, we're more blissed out. And I feel like you guys not only get some of this money because you guys are looking so good. Maybe it helps you get promoted, or maybe people are just like, oh, I really like Chris. He's always looking so good in his suit or something. But honestly, I feel like it's like people take notice of you because of your looks, because of it could also be like charisma, general charm. But I feel like you guys have almost like a seductive presence on a lot of people. People are attracted to you. They're drawn into you. They find you very like fascinating. Something about your energy, even if you aren't like as conventionally quote unquote attractive, like it's like there's something about your energy that people just find really attractive. And so because of that, this may lead to some of this financial success that we're seeing, and almost like a life of luxury type 5. And then even though your attractiveness got you there, it's gonna like only magnify your attractiveness because you're gonna be able to afford like the nicest clothes or the nicest makeup if you're a girl, or the nicest grooming, whatever it is you guys want. You guys are going to glow up even more having this relaxed, luxurious, pampered lifestyle you guys are going to have as a result of this success, if it comes in and when it comes in. So yeah, I feel like people are like paying attention to you. It's almost like people are being like, oh my God, like, did they cut their hair or did they do something? Like, it's like, you just look really good, and people kind of can't figure out what it is. And it may just be even that you're like sleeping in a lot. Some of you guys, it may even be, I don't know, like a cosmetic procedure or something. Maybe if it's something small, but maybe there's something that you really wanted to do. I don't know, but I feel like there's some kind of a beauty glow up that it's already like you guys are very attractive, and then I don't know, there's just like, I feel like some of you guys may be just doing something to tweak, or or just, I don't know. People are like, wow, this person looks really good. They look really well rested. They look really fantastic. So there's something about that coming in. And for those of you guys who are marrying someone, or, in a relationship with someone who is financially very providing for you, you might also be, starting a family with them. We did get fertility, and you may be getting pregnant, or, I don't know, having a surrogate or something, or getting them pregnant, or I don't know, but you guys may be starting a family, and that may be a big part of their appeal and their draw to you, is they feel like you would make a good spouse, a good partner, and it's like they kind of want to knock you up a little bit, vibes of that. So I feel like you guys have like a sweet, loving presence, which would make sense because the astrological signs we picked up on so far are Pisces and Cancer. So it would totally make sense and be very nurturing vibes. Cancer is the mom of the zodiac, so it makes perfect sense. But yeah, it's almost like you guys are transforming a little bit as a result of this success. Maybe you guys, right now I feel like a lot of you guys are working super hard. You guys are putting in the work, and so you may look a little, not to be like horrible, but like a little run down, or you're tired. It's like you guys don't have as much time to spend thinking about like, okay, what kind of shade of lipstick should I match my shoes with? That's just not really on your radar. And now with this, like, you guys are going to be transforming. It's almost like you level up, you glamorize up. It's not to say you guys look bad now, but what I'm seeing is that scene from like Pretty Woman where she goes into the store the first time and they turn her away and they're like, it's too expensive, you can't afford it, because she's not dressed super high end. And then when she comes back a second time and they're all fawning over her because she's in this like couture suit, and they're all trying to help her, and she said, do you remember me? Oh, well, you guys made a big mistake, huge. And I just love that line, big mistake, huge. So I feel like there's going to be a moment of that, obviously not that exact scenario, but where people are like, oh my God, like, what did they do? Wow, I didn't know they could afford that. Wow, I didn't know. Wow, they look really good. Did they do something? Did they try a new vitamin or something? Like, it's like you guys are just really going to be glowing. You guys are going to be looking so good, and people are going to be taking notice. Okay, so I turned on a light, so hopefully you guys can see a little bit better. So we also got the 5 of Wands, the Dreamer, aka the Fool, the Empress, 2 of Pentacles, and the Magician. So there's so many new beginnings coming in. I feel like for you guys, this is the start of like a brand new lifestyle, and there's a lot of luxury involved. It also may involve you guys becoming a parent, because we see that in the Empress card. Holding a little bit of a little baby, a little bitty baby. So it may be that you guys become a parent or start a family as a result of this. It may be that someone wants to marry you and wants to start a family with you, and this person has a lot of money and success. But I feel like this is like the entrance into a brand new lifestyle for you guys, whether you're marrying into it or whether it's coming as a result of your own financial choices and everything. I feel like this is just the start of such a new lifestyle for you guys. You guys are going to be, I feel like it's like I couldn't even predict all the things that are going to happen, because there's so many new introductions. Like maybe you've never had oysters or like caviar or something, and it's like you have that for the first time, and you know, it's like this whole, so many new things. Or maybe you've had those but you've never been to like Russia or something, and you know, you travel to Russia for the first time. Or you've never been to like, you know, Brazil or something, and you go to those places, and it's just a brand new, it's like a brand new look at the world. It's a brand new lifestyle. It's a brand new way of living for you guys that I feel like is, first of all, very free. You guys are suddenly, because of this, I feel like made a lot more free. You know, the Fool is really the freest card. Like, it hasn't embarked on the journey yet. It's a brand new start, and really anything could happen. And so I feel like for you guys, some of this is just the stuff you wrote down on your vision board, with the Magician coming through, whatever that would be for you. If you wrote it down, that's that happening. That's your manifestations paying off and really coming to fruition. You know, that is the stuff that you wished for happening, actually happening. So I feel like for you guys, it's almost like some of the things you would never have imagined it to turn out this way, but it's a new lifestyle. It's a new, like, I feel like you guys are going to have a new friend group or something, or just, it's almost like you're just very plugged into this new way of living. Things that you would have maybe even rolled your eyes at in the past. Like maybe in the past someone would have said like, oh, I can't do this because I don't have my nails done or something. And you're like, oh my God, like what's the big deal or something. And now you can't do it without your nails done. Or like, oh, I could never put regular gas in my car. Oh my God, my car would break down or something. And you like roll your eyes like, ugh, that's so bougie. But now you're that person like putting, you know, like the most expensive gas in your car or something like that. Like I feel like you guys just have a very new way of looking at the world, you know. I do think you guys are going to be pretty busy with the Two of Pentacles. It's almost like some of you guys are going to be making a choice between how much work you want to put into your actual work versus like your personal life. You know, you guys are trying to balance that. There may be sometimes conflicts or jealousy that I feel like people might have towards you in this lifestyle. Like with the Five of Wands, that can talk about fighting, infighting, like jealousy and kind of like petty stuff and tension. And I feel like that may be something that like people are jealous of this lifestyle you have, especially because it does seem like it's going to be glamorous and exciting. There is going to be a level of jealousy. There is going to be a level of people looking at you and wanting what it is you have and not understanding that you guys actually worked really hard to get there. Like, I feel like even if this is a marriage situation, you guys still worked. It's almost like I'm seeing like Made in Manhattan with Jennifer Lopez, you know, how she marries this rich guy, but she met him as a maid and she was working her tail off. Just because she wasn't making a ton of money doesn't mean she wasn't working. And I feel like no matter what, you guys are like my hard workers. You guys have put the effort into it. So it's like people may judge you or may think like you had everything handed to you because of how you look, you know, because you guys look, like I said, very well rested. You look very pampered. You look like your whole life is just this dream, but they don't realize that you guys have worked your tail off to get there, and you guys are actually really smart. So they may not fully understand that. Some of you guys, this may be like public performance or showing a talent of yours out on a public platform. So I don't know, like maybe you guys post to Instagram or are an actor or are a singer or something. But for some of you guys, this is going to be out there in public. Maybe even you just have an Instagram where you show off your lifestyle or something like that. But I do think there's going to be people looking and paying attention to this. So we also got ancestors, generations, mountain, strength, Gaia, nurturing, and music, harmony. So we keep getting so many cards that have to do with like children, and I usually would never like constantly mention children because I know some people don't want to have kids or whatever, but I just keep getting that like this is and this is a career reading. So I love when I tell Spirit like give me a career reading and they bring up like how about a child reading, how about a reading about fertility? And it's like no, but anyway, we'll go with it because we want the honest answers from Spirit. So I feel like, yeah, for some of you guys, this is you creating a family. But I do think because of like the wealth I'm picking up on in this, that I guess this is where your success would be. And it is a form, I mean, a huge form of success, like having a happy family, having that legacy to pass on. It's a really big deal. So it totally makes sense. It would come up in what is your success going to be like, but it may come in the form not of like career or what we typically think of as like career success, and more in the form of like I have this amazing family, and also I am compensated nicely by my partner for creating this family, you know. They give me lots of money and they have lots of money and I look good and I am a great parent, and so they're willing to, you know, shell out money for me, something like that. Or if you guys are a masculine, firmly in your masculine energy, and you're like, I definitely don't want my feminine paying for me, then it could just be that this is flipped and you guys have a huge amount of success and you attract this beautiful feminine energy to like raise your kids and take care of them, and she's really stunning and she's really beautiful and is very pampered and looks very luxurious and looks, you know, like she is giving off like supermodel vibes because everyone's like, oh my god, this girl is so beautiful, like she looks like she just woke up from the best sleep ever at all times, like something like that. I don't know, but I feel like, yeah, this is just what Spirit is bringing up. I feel like for some of you guys, this is breaking ancestral curses. So this, you guys may have grown up in a family line of like poverty or people who didn't have a lot of money. And this is going to shift you guys out of that for your children, for your legacy, for any, you know, generations that come after you. This is shifting and changing it. Spirit is acknowledging that you guys have been so strong for so long. And some of you guys may also, I feel like, be putting a lot of effort into your physical body and your strength and everything when you get this success, because I feel like a lot of times, like, it's funny when you see like a lot of those like tech billionaire people and they're all like really ripped, like in really good shape, and it's like, it's kind of strange, like to me at least, seeing all of that. Like it's like they look totally swole and it's like a 60-year-old like tech guy, and I don't know, it's just funny to me. But I feel like for you guys may be very fit and in shape, you know. You guys may have that extra time now to hire the best personal trainers and a private chef or something, but you may be in really, really, really good shape. I also feel like, again, music is coming up, so there may be something where you guys are flying to concerts or going to Burning Man or going to Coachella, going to like Austin City Limits or Bonnaroo, or getting like a private VIP suite at like the nicest concert, you know, that everyone wants tickets for, and you have the hookup. because you have the money. But I feel like you guys are going to spend some of your money. You guys are going to be like out socializing, out going to clubs, out going to restaurants. It's like you guys, I feel like, actually will really enjoy a lifestyle where you're out socializing, where you're out in a social group, meeting people. And that's come through a lot, is like a new social group for you guys. So maybe at first you might even be wary of these people, like, they're all so fancy, I'm never going to fit in. But I feel like you guys really will fit in, and you'll really enjoy being around these people. And it's going to be really fun for your lifestyle to spend so much time like going out. And if you have a stressful day, getting drinks with your friends, or hitting up this nightclub, or going there, like traveling. So I feel like there's something about music and nightlife and going out and dancing that you guys are going to really enjoy. So we also got reflecting pool, stillness, and spirit guardian of autumn, letting go. So part of this is letting go, I think, of the past, letting go of a certain type of way that I almost feel like you guys think you have to be in. Like maybe you thought, I feel like, again, I keep getting that at first, it's almost like you guys are going to be a little judgmental of some of this new lifestyle. Like you might at first roll your eyes at like, wait a minute, the champagne costs how much? Or like, oh, I would never spend that much on a handbag, or I would never get my hair done and pay that much for, a haircut. And it's like, next thing you know, that's like second nature to you. So I feel like there's a little bit of adjustment period where at first you're kind of getting to know this. At first you're kind of like, I don't know about this, and you guys are maybe a little closed off to it, but then it's like you fit in perfectly. And I feel like people really actually like and enjoy your energy. And I feel like it's almost like some of you guys are a little nervous that people are going to see you as less than, maybe because you guys had to work so hard for so long. It's almost like you identify as someone who is like a worker, not a luxury, you know what I mean? Not a member of like the upper class, but a member of like the working class. And it's like you guys don't expect to be welcomed in with open arms, but I feel like that people are really going to like you, and you're going to fit into this social group super easily. I also feel like you guys have a lot of time for rest and rejuvenation, and that keeps coming up. Maybe you guys are missing out on sleep a lot, but with stillness, it's like you guys are going to have this free time. It's almost like, I feel like you guys are going to wonder, like, how do I fill this free time? I'm just like, it's almost like I feel at first you guys are going to be bored, to be honest. You guys are going to be this is what I'm talking about. There's going to be an adjustment period where at first you're kind of a little thrown off. And at first I feel you guys would not quite know what to do with yourselves. Like you're gonna be like, okay, I have a full afternoon, I have nothing to do, I have no work, I have nothing on the schedule, and you're just kind of like gonna like laze around, and then you get bored with that, and then you're like, okay, let me just find random stuff to do, and you'll start padding out your schedule. And maybe this is when you'll schedule that expensive personal trainer, or go shopping for new makeup and all this stuff that we've been picking up on. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of like downtime for you. You guys are gonna have a lot of luxury time to kind of chill and do what it is that you want. So other cards we got are the Fool, King of Wands, Five of Wands again, the Moon, Hanged Man, and the Four of Swords. So Four of Swords again talks about resting. We've got the Hanged Man twice now, and the Five of Swords twice now, and the Fool twice. So those cards are really important. But the King of Wands talks about being sexually attracted. So again, I do think a big part of your success and this money coming in is going to be someone who's very attracted to you and wants to like lock it down with you. It could also be that you guys have this kind of career where you're in the public realm or the public eye, and your beauty or your looks is what draws you success. So it could be that you're not marrying someone or getting paid for by like a spouse or a partner or whatever, but it could be that your money comes from you having an Instagram page where you're looking beautiful and people follow because they think you're so attractive or something. But I definitely feel like your sexuality and your looks are going to have a part to play with this, and they're going to be popping off, to be honest. People are going to be so drawn to you after this, but I feel like before as well. So I definitely feel like this somehow ties into you guys having a lot of money, and the moon came in twice. So, wow, just confirming, I guess, that, all these energies are accurate and everything. But yeah, so I feel like this is such, with the Hanged Man, that kind of talks about a totally new perspective, which I've been talking about a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of adjustments you make mentally to this new lifestyle that you're like not expecting to like certain things. You're not expecting to fit in certain places, but you will. You're not expecting to take to certain things so easily, but it's going to come really easily for you, and it's going to be something that I think you guys are going to really love and find yourself fitting in with. You might be even a little judgmental at first of like, I don't know about these people, but I feel like you're going to just take to it like a duck to water. Like you're just going to super smoothly fit in, and just, it's not going to be something that that is like a difficulty for you to make happen. You're going to adapt to it really, really well. And I feel like, honestly, you're going to be quite popular in this group. I think that a lot of people are going to just genuinely enjoy you. You may even think, like, I feel like with the moon, you may think that a certain career path you're on is the permanent career path, and then I feel like it may switch up or something. Like I'm almost getting like Emily in Paris glamour vibes of like, she goes to Paris and it's not at all what she was expecting, but then she has an amazing time. It's all very glamorous, and part of her success is affected by like the fact that she's, very attractive. And so I don't know, I feel like all these things have to play a role with your success, and it obviously is a general reading, so it could go either way. But we got final cards, courage and delight. So I just feel like you guys are really going to love your new lifestyle. The only thing I think with courage coming up is that you guys have to be brave enough to step into this totally new role, because I do sense some resistance at first to this new lifestyle. It's almost like you guys are afraid of these changes. You might even be afraid of being judged by some of your people back home. Like some people you grew up with might think that like this is lame. They might think that like the people you hang out with are snobs or bougie or whatever. And there may be that energy of people, you feeling judged, or you feeling like, oh my God, did I abandon my people or something? But I feel like you guys have to have that courage to step into it. And no, you're not betraying anyone by choosing to have the best life for you that you want. You're not betraying anyone by having the best life for your kids or for your offspring or for your generational line. You know what I mean? You are choosing you, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do in this lifetime. So don't feel guilty at all if you feel weird about it or feel self-conscious about where you came from. Maybe you feel nervous because you're like, they're going to judge me because I'm XYZ, or because I worked hard my whole life and they're all born into the lap of luxury and they're all going to think. It's like, let them judge, like who cares? Let them judge you and let them think nasty thoughts. It doesn't matter, because you guys are going to have this huge success, and you guys are also very attractive, and so a lot of this stuff is probably jealousy anyway. So consider the source, as my grandmother would always say, which basically means like consider what their actual real intentions are, so don't let it get to you. Don't let it like get under your skin, because I feel like you guys are going to really love this new lifestyle. I feel like what I'm getting is you guys just taking delight in like the everyday. Like I feel like you guys are going to so enjoy kind of like your daily routines. I feel like, again, a lot of you guys are going to have empty space within your day. Like, how do I fill it? And then you're going to kind of start booking like, okay, I'll go to this personal trainer at this time. Then I'll go shopping here at that time. Then I'll get my lunch over here at this place, and then you start really loving it, and then you're like, oh my God, I love my lifestyle. I love waking up in this beautiful home. I love driving my beautiful nice car over to the personal trainer, or having the personal trainer drive here. I love eating at the nice restaurant. I love ordering my go-to entree from the chef that knows my name. You know what I mean? You guys start really loving your lifestyle. It starts meaning a lot to you. So don't let people take this away from you or put judgment on you, because that says more about them. It has nothing to do with you. But I feel like a lot of your success is going to have to do with your beauty, possibly, a family situation that you guys will have, like someone wants to start a family with you or thinks you would make a really good parent. That kind of vibe. Someone wants to like obviously be with you like in a romantic way, I would assume, and then start a family with you. And I feel like you guys, once you have this success, it just helps you glow up even more, and people are just blown away at how good you look. This is a lifestyle that I think is a lot of fun for you guys. You guys are enjoying yourselves. You guys are going out, having a good time. You guys are, in a positive vibe, positive mood all the time because you're having so much fun. You have supportive, positive friends. So even though it might not look like a lot of traditional career success of like, I'm at my 9-to-5 job and I'm working in my cubicle or something, this is still a huge success. It just might not be in the most traditional sense or that we think of like business success, but it is a huge success, and I feel like you're gonna have such a life that you guys just love. So yeah, is there anything else, Spirit, that you want me to say for pile 2? No, they're just saying like that you guys are so attractive is what they keep saying. Maybe you guys are just glowed up or emanating this beautiful vibe. I don't know, but they're saying that your energy is so attractive and you don't even know how many people are into you. So I feel like that has a lot to do with this success, to be honest, which is a gift from Spirit. So don't let anyone make you feel bad about that. That is a gift from Spirit. We're all given gifts that we're born with. And if that is one of yours, then you should be thrilled. So I really hope it helped, guys. If you want, you can go over to my Patreon and watch more of my readings. My last one is your past love life, so your past love life relationship in another life, and I have others if you guys want to watch those, and I also do live streams for some of my Patreons, so check that out if you want to see it. Also make sure to comment, leave a like if it resonated, and yeah, I will see you guys in another reading very soon. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you guys then. Bye. Hey pile 3, so if you guys got this yellow cupcake, this is going to be your reading. I think it's probably lemon flavored, and there's this little lemon rind, and then they have a blueberry as well, a bunch of sprinkles, some little wafers, I guess vanilla or lemon wafers, and then a cute little chocolate heart that says love. So a lot of detail on these cupcakes. I just feel like if you saw those in a cupcake store, you'd be like blown away. But anyway, let's get right into your reading, guys. Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups, Judgment, King of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. So I feel like right off the bat, what's coming through is like y'all have been through it. There is some trauma coming through. I feel like you guys have been through a hard time, and what your success is going to look like, one of the main things, is going to be healing opportunities for you guys. I'm feeling like for you guys, this healing may involve getting away from some of the people who have kind of kept you up at night, from the people who have disrupted your peace and kept you stressed out. So it's like you're not going to be dealing with that anymore. You're not going to have to be worrying about them. Part of this is removing yourself from their orbit. And I feel like once you have the success, it's going to allow you to do that. I don't know if some of you guys were financially dependent on these people or are at the moment, or they control your money or something, but I feel like it's almost like the lack of success keeps you looped in with them. And when you get the success, it's going to be like you're able to completely cut some of these people off or separate from them. I feel like overall this pile is very emotionally fulfilled. This is about active, like emotional healing when it comes to your guys' emotions and some of the stuff you guys have been through. It's almost like, okay, I can finally be happy. I finally have the space to be happy. I don't have to put up with this anymore. I don't have to smile and pretend like everything's okay when it's not. I don't have to pretend like someone who's acting in a dysfunctional clown crazy way is totally fine and it's cool. I didn't notice. Like, I don't have to do it anymore. Now I get to call the shots. Now I get to say no more. Now I get to be the ones being like, oh, you need some money? Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it to you. You know, not that you guys would be playing games like that, but it's like maybe some people had a power or a hold over you that they would kind of abuse or kind of misuse. And I feel like that is going to come to an end, and you guys are going to be the ones calling the shots. You guys aren't going to be having to tolerate it. And so it allows you to come into a much better emotional place for yourselves. And you guys are making judgments about the people in your life. Part of this, I really feel like, is karma. Like, some of these people have deliberately tried to keep you down, try to put you down, tried to be cruel to you. They have known what they were doing. It's like some of these people may be narcissists or just evil people, but it's like they wanted to see you sad. They wanted you dependent. They wanted to see you like begging for them, begging for money, broke, desperate, needing something from them. And it's like, that is going to come to an end. That is not going to be allowed anymore. Some of these people may have been very controlling over you. And tried to really keep you like poor, so that you guys wouldn't be able to be independent and choose things for yourselves. And really, I feel like it's almost like you guys have been emotionally destabilized by this, with the Ace of Cups coming in and the Knight of Cups. It's like you guys were forced to give so much of your emotions to this dysfunctional situation, and so it's like, now suddenly you get to focus on yourselves. You get to be like, what do I like? What makes me feel good? Instead of running around catering to someone else, you guys are able to focus on your wants, your needs, your career, So I feel like, it's like suddenly it's almost like you're emotionally safe. You know what I mean? You have a little bit of stability. And I feel like that allows you to emotionally come into asking what it is you want, rather than asking what some of these other people want, and focusing on yourselves. It's kind of like, for a long time, you guys have had to turn off your intuition and go away from what your heart is really telling you. And suddenly your heart becomes at the forefront, and you're able to really hear that voice. Because I think sometimes when we are in dysfunctional situations, it's almost like we're in survival mode, and we can't listen to our intuition because our mind is running a million miles a minute of like the stress, the worry, the like, oh my God, and then I have to do this, and then they're going to get mad at me or something like that. Maybe for some of you guys, this isn't even a person. It's like stress about finances, stress about a work situation or something. But it's like suddenly all that starts fading away. And then we see you're able to come into your emotions. You're able to feel like, what do I like? I just keep getting that you're asking yourself these questions. It's you guys creating the life that you really want. I feel like for some of you guys, you don't even know what you want. You don't even know what your preferences are, because some of you guys are so used to catering to other people or having to be in survival mode that you don't even know if you have an interior decorating style, or you don't even know if you have, a favorite, like, I don't know, comfort food or something, or a favorite vacation destination, because you never got to decide. You were always so stressed that it's like you're just going through life like trying to survive, let alone asking yourself like, well, what do I really like? What's my preference? Do I like a cashmere sweater, or do I like a wool sweater? You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to ask yourself that question, and that's really what I'm getting. Also, you guys are in, I feel like, this esteemed position of power. And I feel like that's gratifying for you guys. At first, I feel like you might be a little bit scared. Some of you guys might be a little bit worried about that. But I also feel like you guys overall, even though it may be uncomfortable at first, it's like, okay, I can do this. And you like having that responsibility. You like that people are asking you questions. I also am getting, for a lot of you guys, this is a romance coming in with the Knight of Cups and the King of Wands. I just keep getting that, and the Ace of Cups, where like you might have someone who comes into your life who's very sweet and loving to you. And it's like, once you have this success, you have the openness, because again, I think some of you guys are so stressed out that you are not in the mood for romance. You're not emotionally really capable of being like falling in love and being like all mushy, gushy with people, because you guys are so in survival mode. It's like, if you are a soldier in a war in the trenches, like crawling through, and there's bullets flying over your head, and someone's like, hey, did you check your Tinder? Or you see like someone like flirting with you, putting their hair, but like maybe you're a male, because most of these soldiers were like men. Maybe you're a male soldier, and like the bullets are flying, and there's like a girl sitting around, like, I don't know, this is obviously a weird metaphor, but like a girl in the trenches, and she's like flirting and kind of batting her eyelashes at you. You're not gonna care, because you're like, I this is life or death. I need to save these people. I need to like save myself. So you guys have not had the emotional openness to romance, and I feel like that's going to change for you guys. I feel like you guys are going to be open to like falling in love and having that really great person come in. So we got community, gathering around the power of community, drifter, experiencing life as it comes, fool's embrace, transmuting pain, dust devil, moving out of stagnation, in the hand, the universe is your partner. And I'm really feeling like the Fool's Embrace card is just really standing out to me and hitting. Like, I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is about you guys moving through the pain that you guys experienced at other times in your life and coming out of it, coming into a positive period, not being stuck in this pain, not having to constantly go over the trauma, not constantly having to deal with fixing chaos that some of these people have created for you. We got moving out of stagnation. So maybe for some of you guys, you've been stuck in this situation for a long time. Maybe this is a family of origin situation where you grew up in a narcissistic family system, or people that had money and would use it to control you, or just they didn't have money but they were so dysfunctional that it affected your ability to make money. But I feel like it's been very constricting for you guys, and you guys have not been able to manifest some of the things you wanted because of that. And I feel like once you guys reach your success, it's like that starts falling away. It starts opening up for you, This is partially about getting back to yourself, getting back to, like I said, all those questions of what do I want? This is my life. I don't care that I have a parent who's going to go crazy if I don't do what they want. What do I want for myself? What do I want? What do I enjoy? Do I actually like their decorating style? Just because they think that modernism looks really bad and that everything should have some plaid on it. Maybe I don't like plaid. Or maybe they have modernism and you like plaid and you like maximalism, but the point is finding out what you guys want and moving towards that. And I feel like it's almost like you guys have been in drifter mode, just experiencing things and just living very much in the present moment, because you guys weren't able to ask, what do I want? You guys didn't have the emotional space to start thinking about those things. So I feel like another thing coming through is going to be community for you guys. You guys are going to have friends that you really enjoy. You guys are going to have, I feel like this is related very much to this romance is what I'm getting. So maybe you meet this romantic partner through these friends, or you meet it's almost like some of you guys may have had trouble finding friends, trouble maintaining relationships. And it may have been something where you're like, I don't know why, I just can't really keep a friendship, or I don't know, can't talk, social anxiety or something like that. Maybe you don't know how to talk to people, something like that, because it's weird how my kind of throat chakra just malfunctioned. But and it's like suddenly you guys are going to realize, without this stress in your life, without having to worry about money or without having to worry about these other people, it's like suddenly you guys are open to whatever, and you're going to be amazed at how much easier your relationships flow. And I feel like also it's important, this community is important because it gives you a replacement for some of you from these toxic people that are going to be replaced and that are going to be pulled out of your life. So you're going to suddenly have you're not going to be alone on the holidays. You're not going to be lonely and sitting around and being like, maybe I made the wrong choice. You're going to have those relationships replaced with something so much better. So I feel like you guys having success means that it's like you guys have this room to breathe. You guys have this room to figure it out, what it is that you really want, and move towards that. And just start heading towards it. Like it's like suddenly things that you might have thought, that's just not for me. Like other people are in relationships, but I just never am. Or I'm never just, I just never have friends. You know, everyone else has friends, but I'm just a loner and that's okay. But it's like suddenly you guys find that like randomly you have really nice people come into your life. And I feel like a lot of this is because you guys make the choice to leave some of these toxic relationships behind, and it's very much tied into your success. So other cards we got: clarity, grieving, animals, spirit guide, manifestation, and boundaries. So this is so much about setting boundaries and kind of grieving the loss of these relationships that I think at one point, you know, were very important to your life. But I think that Spirit, it's just, Spirit is very much in this process. And I feel like while at first it's really hard to leave some of these behind, ultimately it's really very much tied into your success. And it's like you guys have not been able to manifest because you guys have been tied up in this trauma, and suddenly you're able to manifest. Suddenly, once you let go and fully release this past BS, traumatic, dysfunctional relationships, that's when we enter the room for the manifestation. That's when we start having room for the good things coming in. Once we set these boundaries up and we get clarity and we honestly confront whatever this is, whatever negative energy this is, because I can feel just such sadness. I feel like this is making you so sad. Whatever this is, it may be an ex, it may be I don't know. It could be just a source of stress, even like, you know, a job or something. But it's like, I feel like you guys are so stressed out about this. Once you fully gain clarity on it and are willing to admit that like this ain't working and it's never gonna work and it never will work and I need to focus on myself, then I feel like that's when the blessings come in. And I also feel like for you guys, this is about maybe like it would be helpful to have an animal or a pet, something like that, that you can kind of like, it'll cheer you up and make you feel better. So other cards we got: Storm Spirit Chaos, Butterfly Spirit Transformation, Spirit Guardian of Winter Retreat, Hummingbird Spirit Joy, and Bear Spirit Healing. So much of this is about healing for you guys. This is about coming into joy. This is about you guys transforming and leaving the past behind. I feel like so many of you guys have just been very stuck with dealing with these people. It's like they've just literally kept you stuck in the mud. I'm seeing an image of like a car, like a big truck that's like went off-roading and now it's like knee deep in the mud and they can't get it out. Like it's like that's you guys in some ways. And I feel like the message from Spirit is once you guys reach success, and I also think this is guidance on how to reach success, honestly, because I feel like as tough as it may be to leave some of these people behind, it's like they are really keeping you with a lot of inertia. And I'm not saying you guys, I'm hearing your success is inevitable. That's what I'm hearing. So if you guys are like, I can't leave this situation behind, I'm stuck right now, then that's okay. Your guides are with you. Know that. Your guides are with you the whole time and they are extricating you from the situation. What I'm seeing also, a lot of images are coming to mind that are kind of weird, but is like an image from like, I don't know, I don't really watch her channel, but I've seen a couple things, but like Dr. Pimple Popper or something. And you know, I've seen like, again, not much, but just a few things. But I know that like sometimes, you know, it'll take her time to remove something. Like sometimes she can just pop something and boom, it oozes out and it takes like 5 seconds. But a lot of times it's a little more complicated. And instead of getting to just extricate it with a pair of tweezers or just pop it with like a needle and it oozes out, she has to like do complicated stuff. She might have to like do an incision or, you know, cut around it or very gently ease it out and wiggle it out with a pair of tweezers. And that's what I'm seeing is like, you know, I've seen, I guess, I don't know how much I've seen, but I've seen enough to, this is the image that's coming to mind, is like someone extricating like, I don't know, something in the skin, like a little toxic ball or something stuck in the skin, you know, those weird things they have, and she's got the tweezers and she's just gently kind of like wiggling it until it gets out, you know what I mean? And sometimes I think we think that if you're going to extricate something, it needs to be like boom, and you just rip it out. But that's not how the best way to do it is. And sometimes that won't work. It'll just be stuck. And sometimes you got to take your time and just gently get in there and just like wiggle it side to side and do that for a little bit, and then it loosens, and then and it might look to anyone else like you're not doing anything. It's not going to come out, but that's not the case. It is coming out. I just feel like, you know, if it's taking longer for you guys, if you guys are stuck in this situation, I feel like for this pile, you guys are going to get to this place of success. I really feel like that. And honestly, I didn't like say that in my other piles. I said, if you get success, and I'm not saying like, obviously, you know, it's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. But I really feel like for you guys in my sweet little pile threes, you guys are going to have this extrication and you guys are going to have this success. Of course, you have free will as well, so you could choose to stay stuck in this. But I think for a lot of you guys, you want to move out. And it's like, keep saying that to your guides. And you know what? Sometimes you got to take 3 steps forward, 1 step back. You know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So if you guys have to be in touch with these people, have to deal with it, I totally get it, and don't feel bad. And just keep asking your guides, keep setting that intention. I will overcome this. I will get out of this. I will switch. This energy will change for me. I will come into abundance. I will come into success. Keep that focus in that direction. These people may be trying to bring you down, but your guides are working very hard to get you out of it. So if you guys keep being pulled back in, just know that you guys are going to have your success. And I feel like when that comes, it's going to be peace. It's going to be calmness. And I feel like that's something you guys have not had, even though that may, you know, sometimes people think of success and they think of Lamborghinis and they think of like, you know, a penthouse suite in a hotel or something. And like, of course that's nice. And I'm not saying you guys won't get that. You guys very well might. But I think the big thing for you guys is how, after how much you guys have been through, coming into success, coming into peace, coming into relaxation. And really that's what you want, because if you think about some of the people who have money, but they're tortured and they're miserable, that's not going to be y'all. I feel like y'all are going to appreciate this success so much because you guys have been through so much chaos that it's like you guys are just like so grateful to just have like an afternoon of peace and just to have calmness and just to have the ability to relax and be yourselves. And so I feel like for you guys, if you guys are stuck in this, just know that you guys are going to be in success, and it's going to feel like taking a breath after you've been holding it, or, you know, having a drink of water when you've been dying of thirst or something. It's going to feel like an exhale, like, oh, I can relax, I can calm down. And I just think you guys deserve that so much. So let's get back to some of the tarot. It's channeling really hard with that. So we got, the Star, wow, Knight of Water, 10 of Cups, so Knight of Cups, 10 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Wow, Star came out first. I don't think that's how it came out when I was like pre-shuffling, because I pre-shuffle really fast, but I think Spirit rearranged it. I don't know how that came out first. So that's kind of cool, because that's such a positive card. So I feel like they did that. So for some of you guys, this may involve some kind of public platform, public spotlight, or something like that. Take what resonates and leave the rest. But for some of you guys, it may involve that. I also just feel like in general, this is going to be like a culmination point. For a lot of you guys, this is, again, we got the Knight of Cups again. And it's like, for a lot of you guys, this may be that romance. This may be a family. This may be you guys finally feeling safe, like in relationships, and you guys really getting to open up. I feel like some of you guys, it's almost like you've watched people who have these beautiful relationships and you think like, oh, that could never happen to me. You know, I could never, oh, like that's good for them and I'm happy for them, but like, I'll just never have a boyfriend, or I'll never have a girlfriend, or I'll never have a husband, I'll never have a wife, I'll never have kids. I'm not. And you know what? I see that a lot in people who grow up in dysfunctional family systems, because it's like they get the opposite of a head start. It's like they get a delay, a penalty. So sometimes they have those milestones of having their first kiss, or having their first boyfriend, or having whatever happen later, because they're spending so much time dealing with and cleaning up after like the dysfunctional family structure. Or if you guys are in a toxic job or something, you know, you might not have time to go date. You might not have time to focus on anything else. So it's like, I feel like what you guys thought was off limits, what you guys thought like I could never, that's just not part of my story. It's gonna happen for you guys, and you guys are gonna have that peaceful family that I feel like honestly a lot of you guys really do want deep down. You know, like family, just like going to a restaurant together on Sunday and like laughing together, or you know, going to the beach on the weekend or whenever. If you don't live near a beach, that might be hard, but on vacation, I guess. But it's like, you know, you guys like packing up sandwiches and putting them in the car and going on a road trip kind of vibes, like just peaceful family stuff. And I feel like this is going to be so fulfilling to you guys. You guys are going to appreciate it so much because you didn't really have it. And some of you guys had to work through this trauma or have been so consumed by this trauma, whatever it came in, that you just started thinking that this stuff would never happen for you. And it's just so, it comes in so beautiful. Like, I feel like you guys are kind of bewildered, like, how did this happen to me? Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys have had to like really work to extricate yourself from this. A lot of you guys have also had to work to get yourself out of the trauma. And I feel like Spirit wants you to know to keep working. It is going to pay off. Keep working. Again, I keep getting this message that like some of you guys may still be stuck in it and may be very questioning of like, how the heck do I get out? I'm trying to get out. I keep thinking I'm out, and then I just can't get out and I'm stuck. And it's like, I feel like you have to know that your investments are paying off. Your work is paying off. That's what these cards really talk about. 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. So it's like, you're going to have your harvest season when everything's in bloom. You just got to keep working. I actually really love the drawings of this on the Rider-Waite, but these work too. But like on the Rider-Waite, you can really see that with this one, 8 of Pentacles, it's like hard work. You can just see the person has a hammer. They're just going to town. And so it's like, I feel like for you guys, you should know that keep going, keep working. You guys will get there. You will have your culmination moment. And you guys also will be able to speak your truth, because we got the Page of Swords. And I feel like for so many of you guys, you had to hold your tongue. You've had to pretend that dysfunctional situations weren't happening. You had to look the other way. You had to lie to yourself, gaslight yourself, and be like, it's fine, everything's cool. And now suddenly you get to say whatever the heck you want and no one can stop you. You get to speak your truth. You get to be in your truth. You get to be in High Priestess energy. You know, the High Priestess probably wouldn't lie for anyone unless she wanted to, but like, you know, she is that beacon of truth and wisdom and psychic, deep, intuitive knowledge. And you guys have been forced to move away from that. Maybe some of you guys do tarot or are involved in psychic work, in which case I feel like that's confirmed that this is going to be very helpful. I feel like I notice a lot of people that grow up in a lot of trauma, they become super intuitive because they had to navigate like that dysfunctional family structure and the moods and the weird whatever. Same with some people who go in a toxic work situation. It's like you have to learn to navigate your crazy boss and their mood swings. So you become even more psychic than usual, because it's like almost like you're in like a deer being hunted by a lion or something, and you're constantly like listening out and paying attention to your intuition. So it can weirdly make people more psychic and benefit them in that way. Of course, it's horrible to have to go through, so I'm not like endorsing it like, hey, find this situation to become more psychic. But I feel like it's like, you guys are going to be able to use that for yourselves. You guys are going to be very psychic and able to like listen to your intuition and not ignore it and not pretend like everything's cool, because I think you guys know how awful this whole situation is. And so we also got Mountain, Strength, Gaia, Nurturing, Ancestors, Generations, New Moon, Promise, and Dragonflight, Emergence. So I think, again, your ancestors, all the people that are on your spiritual team, they want you to know that they are watching over the situation. They are helping you. They want you to be strong. They want you to know that you will persevere. They want you to know that they are with you. Some of this is ancestors. So like if you have deceased family members and stuff, I'm hearing like grandmothers. Some of you guys might have a grandmother like watching out or something. or a grandfather, but I feel like it's like there's people in your family line that are so excited for you guys to break this cycle and so excited for you guys to move into this success energy, and they are rooting for you and helping you out behind the scenes. So don't worry. Don't let this get to you. Don't let the stress bring you down, because you guys, I feel, are almost out. Like, I really feel that. And know that, like, I feel like with New Moon Promise, it's them saying, like, all the things you tried to manifest, you tried to make happen, we will make it happen. So just don't worry. And I feel like when you come into your success, it's going to be about you guys emerging from this pain and you guys coming into yourself, coming into the highest version of yourself, not being stuck, like I said, stuck in the mud, not having to live as a shell of yourself and pretending to be someone you're not, and pretending that things were fine when they really weren't, and pretending that behavior was okay when it totally was not. This is about you guys coming into, or coming out as, like, this is me, this is who I am. Coming out, like, as in, like, you know how, like, in the olden days they would, like, have a debut or something, and all the, like, girls who were from, like, wealthy families or whatever would have a cotillion or would have a debut, and they would all dress in white gowns and go, like, emerge into society. I'm almost seeing that for you guys. Like, you guys are gonna have this moment of, like, this is me, this is who I am. And, like, people that may before have been like, that person even seems off, or, like, they just don't seem focused or present in the moment, they're suddenly going to see you at the best version of yourself, you know, the highest version of yourself. And I feel like they're going to be so impressed with you guys. So we also got the Sun, we got the 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the 2 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. So again, getting love. So for a lot of you guys, this is going to be a soulmate or a spouse, a partner. I feel like what I love about this vibe that I'm getting with that is that it doesn't feel like a chaotic soulmate situation, like a chaotic twin flame that, like, you know, there's, like, so much pain and, like, suffering, but we love each other. It's like, no, I feel like you guys are going to be so moving away from that type of traumatic energy. You guys are, this is such a peaceful, loving relationship, kind, sweet relationship. I think it's the kind of relationship you guys probably always thought you could never have. Like, oh yeah, other people can have that, but the way I grew up, it's too chaotic. I could never have that. It's just not for me. But it's like, no, it's going to be for you. Also with the Sun and the 10 of Pentacles, you guys, this is so much abundance. This is so much success. So I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of money. A lot of you guys are going to have money. A lot of you guys are going to have a big success with your career. Again, it may relate to the Star as well. So it may be some kind of public success or in the public eye somehow. But it's going to be big success with money. Some of you guys may want to fit into some traditional world. Like, maybe you left your immediate family behind, but you still want to be able to talk to your extended family. And maybe you have very traditional extended family. You know, maybe it's like, you know, you come from, like, a large Indian family or something, and you don't want to talk to your parents, but you love all your aunts and uncles, and, you know, you don't want to be cut off from them. You still want to go to the weddings and events and stuff. And it's like, don't worry about that, because I feel like Spirit is saying you will be able to. Some of these people will understand, and you still will be able to fit in to certain cultural things that you guys may want to be a part of, but you, yeah, I keep getting, like, images of, like, an Indian wedding. I don't know why, but I could just keep seeing it. Like, people dressed in, like, colorful saris and stuff. But maybe you have a fear that if you guys do cut off some of these people or lessen your interaction with them, that you guys will be cast out and, like, ostracized from the world you grew up in, and that you'll never be able to fit back in with some of the traditions that maybe you grew up in, or a traditional world that you would like to enter, you know? Like, maybe even it's something where it's not even relating to your family. It's relating to, like, I would really love to join this social club, but they probably wouldn't want someone who is divorced, or, you know what I mean? Something like that. And it's like, I'm feeling like if you guys want that traditional vibe, you will totally be able to get it. So if that's a worry or a concern for some of you guys, don't worry, because you guys will fit in, I'm hearing, seamlessly. Like, I feel like so many people love you and like you that you don't even realize how well liked you are and how much people esteem you. And so just don't worry at all. Don't worry at all. You guys will be able to fit in with that group if that's something you guys want. So let me get these final cards. We got abundance, we got solitude, pleasure, and openness. So I feel like with the solitude, it's more talking not about overall solitude, but more like just, again, making choices to remove yourself from toxic situations, groups, people. So you will be on your own in that sense, but not like fully on your own as in like I'm all alone in this world. And I feel like you guys, though, will be removing yourselves from some of these toxic structures. You guys will have so much abundance. So we are talking money, we are talking cash, and, you know, genuine money abundance. So I feel like that's come up multiple times, so that's really good to know. Also, I feel like for you guys, this is just, again, you guys discovering what gives you pleasure. This is you guys realizing that life is not about just being in survival mode. It's about actually experiencing beautiful things, and that you deserve to experience that just as much as anyone else. And if you can get excited for someone else because like you got engaged, yay, because I feel like you guys are real sweethearts and stuff, and you can have that excitement for your friend, then why don't you think you deserve it? Why do you think you're relegated to like some sad life where you're forced to live out the dreams of your parents, or you're forced to continue putting up with dysfunctional people? No, this is about you guys coming into your own beautiful life and deciding what it is you want, and having a life that gives you pleasure and that you find delight in, like the little daily things, you know, and being open to whatever happens. Like whatever happens, happens, and you guys are open to experiencing all kinds of beautiful stuff. You guys are totally open is the word. Like I feel like some of you guys have had to be closed off because of your family of origin, or maybe again toxic work situation, or whatever this is, toxic ex, but it's like you guys had to live in their world, you know what I mean, and you couldn't break their rules, so you couldn't be open. You couldn't be like, someone's like, hey, blah blah blah, come to the beach with us, like I'll lend you a bikini, and or whatever, like, you know, or someone asks you out on a date and you just go, and like life is just this beautiful happy life. You couldn't have that. You had to be very closed off and keep yourself in this little cage to appease these people and make them feel okay, because a lot of them are pathetic narcissists with like control issues that don't feel safe when someone's out enjoying themselves. Sorry for that rant, but just saying. And so you guys now are going to be totally open. You guys are going to be able to experience everything you want, have this beautiful, beautiful life. And just when things come to you, it's like, yeah, let me try that. Why not? And you realize you're the only one that matters. These people don't matter, and you're going to make yourselves happy. So let me ask Spirit, is there anything else you have for pile 3? They're saying that's it. So let me know in the comments if it resonates, you guys, and leave a like if it did resonate. Also, check out my Patreon if you would like to watch my videos over there. I just posted one, which is what was your love life in a past life? So we talk about past love lives and past lives and how that affects your love life now. And my other videos are up as well as my live streams. So go check that out. And yeah, I make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Bye. Hey pile 4, so if you guys picked this chocolate cupcake, this is going to be your reading. There's so many cool details in this, from this little chocolate bar, tiny chocolate bar, to this little red berry, maybe a cherry or something, these vanilla wafers, and the little chocolate swirl on top. Just so many great details. I just love it. So anyway, let's get right into your reading, guys. We got Strength, Page of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and the Sun. So I feel like when you guys reach your success, you guys are going to be that kind of person that really knows how to maximize it. I feel like you guys are going to be that type of person that has multiple streams of income. The kind of person where it's like you have one form of success, and then next thing people know you have like 5 other businesses. You know how sometimes you'll find out like randomly, like Jessica Simpson became a billionaire, and everyone's like, what? How did Jessica Simpson become a billionaire when she hasn't released an album in years? And then people are like, oh, well, she has this huge shoe collection. And a lot of people didn't even know that, or would never have guessed that Jessica Simpson would do that. It would never even think of doing that themselves. But it's like she found a way to maximize, you know, her money by coming up with these business ideas. And I feel like you're that kind of person. I'm almost hearing like work in silence. I feel like you're the type of person that wouldn't go around telling everyone like, oh, I'm doing this and then I'm doing that. But people would just see suddenly, you know, they're like, what have you been up to? And you're like, so I launched my new product. And they're like, what? Wait a minute, I didn't know you were working on a product. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you guys are that type that has so many kind of things going on, like eggs in the basket, you know what I mean? Or eggs in different baskets. Like, you guys are just, I feel like you guys are fiery. We did get the Queen of Wands. You guys have a lot going on mentally, and you have an intuitive good grasp of business. So it's like someone could give you 25 cents and you'll turn it into $1, or someone could give you $100 and you turn it into 1,000. You're that type of person that has a natural entrepreneurial mind. And I feel like when you guys come into your money, it's going to be even more so, because it's like you're going to take that bit of success and just magnify it and blow it up even more. So I feel like you guys are going to be constantly starting new businesses, constantly making new things happen. And a lot of people are just going to be blown away. Like, they're going to be like, okay, well, we knew they had a little success, but how in the heck did they end up with this? When did they decide to go into this industry? Wait a minute. Like, the last time I talked to them, they were working on this, and you're telling me now they've opened 3 businesses in the time since I last saw them. Like, it's going to be that kind of a situation where you guys are just constantly, you know, you guys feel very comfortable with like juggling different things, working on different things. You feel very comfortable in the beginning stages where other people might chicken out or be like, oh, I have anxiety, I can't do this. You guys have that fiery, like, go for it type attitude. And it's like, nothing's going to hold me back. I'm going to take what I want. I'm going to go for it. You guys have a kind of like a hustler mentality. Like, it's like, I'm getting like New York, Miami type vibes of like someone who, you know, almost like drives a fast car and like lives a fast-paced life and is constantly going here and doing that and like has a million things going on, and they like to live like that. Like, a lot of people, especially water signs, I think would get really exhausted with this type of schedule that I'm seeing. Like, they would be like, oh, I need to take a break, this is way too much. You guys are totally unfazed. In fact, I think you guys really like this. I think you guys enjoy being busy, having that schedule booked up, having something, you know, happening at 7 a.m. and then having a lunch meeting and then having your afternoon booked, and then you go to your personal trainer. You guys are that type that's like busy, busy, busy constantly. And I think you really enjoy that. I think for you, that's a part of the fun of life. That's a part of the fun of the challenge. You guys are naturally strong and have a strong constitution. So what other people wouldn't be able to handle, aka your schedule or managing all these different projects, and they would get overwhelmed and they would be like, this is too much, I need a vacation. You guys are loving it. You like feeling that busy. You like feeling engaged in that way. So you guys are balancing these different projects, but you tend to enjoy it. It's fun for you. It's not something that is a burden for you. You feel fulfilled by this, you know? You like to be in that activity. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there is a little bit of a Leo vibe happening here. We got strength and we got the sun. The strength has Leo, aka the lion, on it. Sun is obviously ruled by the sun. I just am getting like super strong Leo vibes, or other fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius. Yeah. So we also got netcaster, preparations come to fruition, magician's sword, confidence in your magic, whale song, resonating, first breath, beginner's mind, skywriting, the fates, fortune's wheel, luck and right timing, and finally garden of Venus, rest and renewal. I'm also getting a Venus vibe for sure of like, you know, Libra, Taurus. Yeah, strong Venus vibes, because I feel like you guys are that type that's very glamorous, and you always have kind of like, I feel you are that type that would always have your nails or hair done, always have your makeup on point. I feel like when you guys come into money, you guys will be that person. You know, I'm hearing that witch, putting that in, you know, good terms for you do, but in an endearing way. Like, you guys walk into a room and people turn and look. people are impressed with how you guys dress. People find you to be glamorous. People find you to be inspiring. It's kind of like Catch Me If You Can. You know, you guys are kind of like hard to get. You're not playing hard to get, you are hard to get, like genuinely, not just for like men, but also for like potential friendships, or for members of the opposite sex, I should say, but for potential friendships. If you're a guy that like looks really good, keeps, you know, your body looking good. Like you guys maybe hitting the gym and, you know, styling your hair and making sure your clothes are on point. But it's like you guys look good, you feel good, and you know it. You have a lot of confidence and you exude a lot of confidence, and people pick up on that with you. I'm hearing no new friends. So it's almost like I feel like a lot of people would like to be friends with you. A lot of people are kind of in awe of like what you have going on. When you come into this success, a lot of people are going to be like, how do they do it? What's their secret? Could I open a business with them? Could they teach me how to run a business? But it's almost like you guys are so on your own kick. You guys are doing your own thing and you don't really need anyone, and you know that. You're not like naive and thinking like, well, maybe they could help me. No, you guys know exactly what you guys are bringing to the table and how much you guys bring to the table. So yeah, you're not falling for kind of the like, oh, like I need help from this person, maybe I'm not so good. No, you guys are that confident person that like knows exactly how much they add. And so I feel like, yeah, you guys make quite an impression when you walk into a room. A lot of people see you as, again, hard to get. It's almost like celebrity vibes, because I feel like when you walk into the room, a lot of people kind of turn to stare. Like it's like you guys have hair on point. If you're feminine, you have makeup on point. You know, you have nails or clothing, shoes on point. Like it's like people are just like, wow, you know, you guys take that time to maintain yourself. A lot of you guys pay attention to your diet, to your fitness. You keep your body looking in whatever range you like it to look in, but it's like you guys look good, you know it, you pamper yourself, you're into that Venus energy, aka the energy of, I mean, Venus is a lot of things, but it's love, it's also like beauty and luxury. And so it's like, I feel like you guys radiate that luxurious vibe. You come off as someone who's a little pampered and spoiled, but you're the one who's doing the spoiling. You pamper yourself, you spoil yourself. And so it's like, I feel like you guys are going to be very glamorous when you come into success. A lot of people are going to be having their heads turned. A lot of people are going to be like, how did they get that car? You guys might drive a very high-end car, like a flashy car. It might be like a Lambo or a Bugatti or, you know, a Porsche or something like that. But I feel like you guys are not going to, you know, some people who have a lot of money, they just drive around the same old car for like 25 years, you know, and that's just not your energy. You guys are about just not only having the money, but enjoying the money. And you like that fast-paced lifestyle. You guys like to, you know, look good, feel good, and you give off a vibe of glamour. So a lot of people pick up on that. You don't mind being the center of attention. And it makes sense that I'm getting so much Leo vibes. You guys know that part of life is having fun, and the gift of money, it's not just supposed to sit in your bank account and just like depreciate in value, because that's what money does, with the interest rate especially being what it's been lately. Like, yeah, it's not just supposed to sit in your money and plummet in value year after year. It's supposed to be used. It's supposed to be spent. It's supposed to be, you know, fun. Life is supposed to be lived, right? And so you guys get that. You guys aren't that wealthy person that needs to have it explained to you, where it's like, oh my God, you have so much money, but you've never been on vacation. I always hear stories like that, and in a way, I think it's really admirable, but I'm also like, you know, you only get one life. Like, I think it's sweet when, you know, they find out that the grandfather squirreled away like 20,000 in the attic or something, and they find it, but it's also like that was worth like 100,000 equivalent nowadays, and now it's worth 20,000, and it really doesn't go very far. It was worth like 500,000 in today's money, but because of depreciation and interest and stuff, now it's not worth as much. And so all that money you saved away, like, it, you know what I mean? You could have been living a fun life. And part of it is like, of course we want to leave a legacy for people, but it's also like we want to enjoy ourselves. And I feel like you guys really get that. You have this beginner's fresh mind. It's like you guys keep yourselves young even as you age. You guys probably are going to be up on like the latest music, the latest fashion trends. You guys are going to be that type that like still goes out to nightclubs, still goes out to concerts, still stays in touch with like what the young people are up to. You know what I mean? mean? You guys have that vibe of like staying very current, staying very in to whatever's going on in the culture. Yeah, so we also got family, well-being, boundaries, and protection. I feel like some of you guys are gonna need protection or boundaries up because there's gonna be so many people that want to be close to you, that really like what you have going on, see you as very glamorous. Again, you guys are kind of like center of attention vibes when you walk into a room. So a lot of people are going to be like wanting to copy you. A lot of people are gonna be wanting to get close to you. Like I said, people, you know, wanting to start a business with you or being like, I have this business idea. Can you help me? And you're going to have to put up a little bit of boundaries and have a little bit of protection for yourself of some of those people that may be a little bit of mooches. But I honestly feel like you guys are good at that and have a natural sense of boundaries and stuff. You guys naturally aren't, you're not just like an overly trusting, gullible water sign. No offense to my fellow water signs. I am one, so I'm not insulting us. But you know, we do tend to be a little bit like, oh my God, that's so sad. I'm very gullible, you know. One of my friends told me I would make a horrible police officer because I'd like let everyone off as soon as they made an excuse. I'd be like, oh my God, yes, you can leave. Like, and it's so true. You guys don't have that problem. You guys are good, like you guys have boundaries up. You know your worth and you know what you're bringing to the table, and I so respect that. So it's like someone comes up to you and is like, you know, I'm broke, but I really have this business idea and it doesn't make any sense. You're not going to sit there with them and be like, well, I guess I could go into business with you. Well, I don't know. No, you guys are going to be like, that's really cool. Well, good luck with that. And anyway, I got to go. So you guys have good boundaries up, and I feel like Spirit is acknowledging that you're going to have people coming at you all the time, trying to get with you, trying to like create connections with you. But you guys are good at kind of realizing that like if it doesn't benefit you, if it doesn't add to your life, you're not going to go for it. And so I think that you guys really watch out for yourselves, and that's really good. A lot of you guys are also going to be protective of your family in that way. I feel like you guys will be big on setting up a good legacy for your kids. A lot of you guys will have kids, will want kids. And if you do, I do feel like you guys are going to make sure that you have those kids who have everything on point. Like your kid is not going to be going to school with like hair a mess and like clothes old from, that from 20 years ago, hand-me-downs. No, you guys are going to be having your kids go to school looking amazing with like whatever the latest fashion is. It's not that your kids are going to be spoiled brats, because I feel like you guys are going to make them work hard and set boundaries for them as well. But I also feel like you guys are going to really enable your kids to have the best start in life and really, have that situation where when they go to school, they're feeling confident too. It's not like you guys are going to be splashing out on like your hair, your nails, your clothes, your makeup, and your kids are running around after you in like really cheap fashion that you got at the, you got for free off the side of the road or something. No, your kids are going to be looking good too, and they're going to be feeling very confident. And I feel like honestly, that's going to set them up for a really good head start in life, to maybe be entrepreneurs themselves. Like I feel like your kids are going to really learn from you, see what you guys are up to, and really like just have a lot of respect for you guys. That's coming through as like they really respect you, and you guys are like very protective, like mama bear or papa bear kind of vibes, like no one messes with your kids because you guys are going to say something if they do. So your kids are very well set up to have success because of all of that, because of the energy you bestow on them and the fact that you guys are super protective of yourselves and of the people close to you. So other cards we got: wind activation, fog veiled, waterfall effortless, desert vision quest, and rainbow blessings. So a lot of this stuff is effortless for you. For other people, they would have to really read a lot of books, really try to learn how to act this way, because you guys just effortlessly have so much energy. You guys just effortlessly kind of know what to do when it comes to so much of this. You guys effortlessly know how to make money come in and how to manage a schedule. You are very good at just starting at things, like where other people may procrastinate, have a lack of self-confidence, go back and forth like, how do I do? Okay, well, maybe I'm not good. Maybe I should try this. No, you guys are just like, let's do it. Let's start it tomorrow. Let's go. I think I heard someone say, I don't know if it was Kris Jenner or why I associate this quote with Kris Jenner, because I Wouldn't think she'd be like a wise old sage at all, but I'm getting, I think it was her or someone else, probably someone else, but they said something like, if you want someone to take care of something, find the busiest person in your Rolodex because they will, get back to you really quick. And honestly, I'm getting like Kris Jenner vibes. I know they're controversial, so I'm not like, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like you got to say that even if you don't like the family, which I totally understand, but you got to say that like Kris Jenner has hustled, made a really good life for her family, and she does seem very efficient, even if you really dislike her. Again, totally valid, but I'm just saying she is very efficient. Like she seems like that person apparently where, she's like managing all 6 of her kids and she actually does a really good job for all of them pretty much. She's always booking them different stuff and it's like, how did they even get that deal? And it's like she just does it. For me, I can like stress out over an email. I'm such a water sign and I can definitely get in like water sign energy of being very indecisive, and so I have massive respect for people that just are really fast and efficient. And I feel like that's you guys. You guys bring this efficiency to the table. You guys make things happen, and people can trust that when they ask you to do something, you get back. You send those emails back quick. You respond fast. If someone needs something done, they know they can ask you. But also you guys aren't going to just take on random tasks just out of charity, because you guys also, again, have these strong boundaries up, which I think is really good. But you guys are always in that energy. I feel like you are also the type to go on like little pampering spa trip kind of vibes. Like you might be going out to like resorts in the desert, like Amangiri or something, like pampering yourself, getting massages, taking care of yourself. Again, there's this energy of self-care with you where you guys know how to actually appreciate life. You're not just working yourself to the bone and just not caring about whether your skin is moisturized or not. You guys keep yourselves looking really good. You take care of yourselves. You guys do pamper yourselves to a certain extent. And I feel like it really shows. I feel like you have this glamorous lifestyle where you guys are going to be going off to different spas, and you guys are going to be getting massages, and you guys are going to be going on trips and vacations. And I feel like a lot of people to really beautiful places. And I feel like a lot of people really see your life and they're just like, wow, that person just is glamorous, So we also got 6 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, so much Pentacles, and 5 of Swords. So you guys are all about building that foundation for your family for the future with the 4 of Pentacles. The 4s talk about, building something solid for the future. And that's what you guys are all about. I feel like this is creating generational wealth. This is doing stuff that your kids will benefit from. And kids come through a lot in these cards. You can see that little cute kid, that cute kid. And then 6 of Cups is obviously about childhood. So it's like you are really creating this foundation for your kids. I feel like your kids will be like the best dressed kids at the kindergarten or the best dressed kids at school. A lot of the kids are going to be like looked up to by other kids of like, wow, I can't believe they got that backpack, or like, oh, this kid always like is dressed so cool, or they have such a great haircut. And also, again, a lot of new businesses that you guys are always starting. There's a balance between you guys really knowing how to enjoy your life and really knowing how to take full advantage of it, and also paying a lot of attention to your business. You guys are that person that I think is like juggling. Like you guys are having a cute family dinner at like a nice restaurant, but you're also having to check your emails at the same time. So it's kind of like people know that like you're a mom, but you're also a businesswoman, or you're a dad, but you're also a businessman. So there is this total balance between this this career that you guys have that's really glamorous and exciting, and your family life. And I feel like you guys pull it off really well and create a really good environment for your kids. And also you're a role model for your kids, and they are learning from you a lot about like, wow, like, mom always wakes up at 6 a.m. to work out. And so maybe I'll do that when I grow up, or mom always has her planner and she always lists out all her tasks for the day. Maybe I'll do that. And so it's like this great foundation for teaching your kids how to grow up and setting up a role model of what it means to have success and all the steps you need to take to achieve success. Also, you guys are going to be having to strategize a lot because there are going to be some backstabbers around you guys who definitely are trying to use you to to get ahead are definitely trying to play kind of mind games, and you guys have to strategize. It is a little bit of a game of chess when you go up into these higher echelons of money, kind of like the show Succession. I haven't actually watched it, but I know a lot of people talk about it, and it's all about those mind games and the power games that happen in the very top echelons of wealth in the US. So it's like, I feel like, you know, once you guys have this level of status, that is just something you have to deal with, is the backstabbers, the people that are trying to get in and take that wealth and make it their own. But I do feel like you guys know how to handle this because you guys have these super solid boundaries. So I don't think you have to worry too much about it, but it is something that is going to be going on. So other cards we got are Wild Rose Fairy, Love, and Air Spirit Knowledge. So a lot of you guys, I feel, are going to have a very attractive partner. For some of you guys, this person's going to be very physically fit and in good shape, especially like if you are into masculines. I'm seeing someone who's muscular. If you're into feminines, I feel like this is going to be someone who's very glamorous and someone who really makes a very glamorous impression on people. Maybe they're kind of curvy in the right places, you know what I mean? But I feel like people are like, wow, she's really beautiful. And if you're into masculines, I feel like people are like, wow, that guy's in great shape. That guy is very masculine looking. So either way, I feel like people are going to be very impressed by your partner and find them very attractive. And I feel like your partner and you are going to have this really spicy, exciting life. You guys are going to have times where you travel, explore the world, and go on like couples trips. It's not just going to be all about the family and all about the kids. It's actually going to be like you guys are one of those couples that regularly has a date night and regularly checks in with each other and regularly keeps that spark going. So you guys are still going to almost feel like your teenager is dating, or, you know, like there is that spark, that initial romantic attraction. You're not going to lose sight of that. You're going to keep feeling very in love with your person, and you guys are going to have one of those glamorous relationships that a lot of people kind of look up to or think are very admirable. Kind of like I'm getting like David, Victoria Beckham vibes, you know, how even though they're a family and stuff, they still both look really good. They're still very attractive, and a lot of people look at them as like, oh my gosh, they're such a glamorous couple. Of course, not saying anything about that, you know, they have their problems and stuff, but I just think that what I'm getting from that is more so like that so many people will look up to you guys and see you as very glamorous together, that you guys make a very striking impression of a couple together. You guys are both attractive in your own way. You guys are also very knowledgeable. There's this like smartness that you guys exude. Like, I feel like even though you guys may present as, at first, some people may think you're shallow, kind of like going back to like Kris Jenner. Like, I feel like people look at the Kardashians and a lot of times they think like, oh, they're a bunch of idiots, you know? But like Kris Jenner, at least even if you don't think the other people are smart, you know, Kris Jenner obviously like is the actual manager and strategizes a lot about PR and stuff, and obviously is pretty good at running that because she's turned, you know, multiple kids into like billionaires. So obviously she's objectively good at that. And so I feel like even though people may find you, especially if you're a woman who presents as glamorous, a lot of times I feel like people judge those people for being like, oh, you're too, and I'm sure men get this to a certain extent too, of like, oh, well, you're not that smart because look at you with your hair done, or look at you with your little clothes that are, you know, designer clothes. Like, oh, you're not actually that smart, because we have this idea of like intelligence as it's like, you know, some older guy with like white hair with like, you know, a button down and like a sweater vest, and that's the only idea, and like glasses on. That's the only idea we have of like someone who has money, is like they're always older, they always, you know, are like very like discreet looking or something. But you guys are not. You guys are glamorous. And so I feel like people may judge you of like, oh, this person's not that bright. But they quickly figure out like, no, I'm not the one to be judging, because I actually know exactly what I'm up to. And you might even play dumb at first or be like, oh, really? But it's because you guys are like collecting information, and you love it when someone underestimates you because you guys know how strong you are. So other cards we got are Page of Wands, Two of Swords, the Empress, the Magician, the Nine of Wands, I don't know what just happened. Knight of Wands and Five of Swords again. So that's coming through. Oh, That was 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. What's happening with my language skills? I don't know. But anyway, so I feel like first of all, you guys may be having a little bit of sleepless nights, which makes sense because I feel like you guys have this really busy schedule. You guys are having to kind of work all the time and be very busy. And so it's like, I feel like for some of you guys, honestly, sleep might suffer a little bit. It may be a situation where you're jetting around too as well, flying on red eyes and stuff. And like your sleep schedule is just off, you know? You're having to wake up early, or you're having to go to bed late, or you're getting emails throughout the night, and like, you know, it's 3 a.m. and you hear your phone go off and ping, or you turn it off, do not disturb, but as soon as you turn it back on, you have like 50 emails pouring through because you guys have so many businesses and so many things going on. But again, I feel like you guys generally enjoy this lifestyle, and you also spend a lot of time pampering yourself. So it's like, even though you're not sleeping as much, you're doing stuff to kind of make up for that, if that makes sense. With the Empress and then the Magician coming out right after, just confirmation from Spirit that you guys truly are these master manifestors. And I'm hearing that line from Ariana Grande, 7 rings, I want it, I got it. Like, I feel like you guys are that type that can manifest whatever it is you want, and whatever you guys write in your like manifestation journal that some of you guys might have. I'm getting some of you guys do manifestation rituals and have a journal like that it is going to come true. So it's like you guys choose exactly what you want, you go after it, and you get it every time. And so Spirit is just acknowledging that you guys are going to be really in your power at this point, and truly in the Empress energy, which the Empress is so powerful. I mean, definitely, I would say the most powerful, maybe the High Priestess, but I mean, when we're talking about pure raw power, it's got to be the Empress. So you guys are going to be super powerful. And I feel like the thing about the Empress is she also exudes, though, she's not just powerful in the way of like the Queen of Swords or the Queen of Pentacles that are kind of stern or just very down to earth. No, she's glamorous. She has all the power, but she's also just like glamorous in her way. So this is the thing is, again, people have this weird idea of power being only masculine and being only based around being very like, you know, typical kind of like nerdy looking, like very like, I don't know, just this one particular way of power. And you guys flip that on your head, and you guys are going to be having the kind of power that involves glamour and allows you guys to have glamour. And of course, you guys can see she has Venus right over here. It's like there's so much Venus energy flowing through this. So some of you guys may be Tauruses, maybe Libras, but there is so much Venusian energy going on, and that is all about glamour and fun and love and luxury. So yeah, this is a glamorous type of power. Your success is going to involve a lot of levels of glamour. I feel like, again, with the Page of Wands and Knight of Wands, you guys are going to be able to keep your relationship spicy, like I mentioned. You guys are not going to be that boring couple that only sees each other once a month for a customary date night, and you rush home and neither one dresses up and it's just very boring, like, or, you know, you don't even have a date night. You guys are just kind of like parents and that's your only role to each other. No, you guys are going to keep things hot and spicy in that relationship. You guys are going to have a lot of lust for each other, and I feel like a lot of this has to do with your lifestyle. You guys keep yourselves busy and keep things exciting just by nature of your lifestyle, because you guys are always rushing around doing things, trying new things, going new places, you know, trying the coolest, hottest new restaurant in town, or going to a fashion show, or like your schedule is booked. So it's like an exciting lifestyle. You guys are staying really busy. I feel like pile 4, you guys benefit from this a lot because you guys have a ton of natural energy. For some people, they can just get really easily drained. They need to constantly, you know, get a sleep in or recharge, or just they just don't have as much natural energy. You guys probably have a very prominent sun, because I feel like you guys have a ton of natural energy. Some of you guys might have sun in the 6th house, which is the health house, or something like that, sun in the 1st house, sun conjunct ascendant, but it's like your sun is really powerful, or sun at home in Leo or in Aries where it's exalted. But I feel like for you guys have a very strong natural energy. You guys are constantly pumping out this energy, and what would exhaust someone else excites you guys. You guys love having that schedule booked, having, you know, okay, I have a million things to do today. You love it. You enjoy it. Having to make a million decisions with the Two of Swords, a lot of decisions coming through, you don't mind. You know what someone else might agonize over and be like, okay, I could do this. Well, but what about that? I hate them. What do you think? Like, no, you guys are like, do this, go with that. Okay, send it in there. Okay. Yeah, no, we'll do the red one. Okay. It's like quick, quick, quick. You guys are fast and you like making decisions. You don't mind this. A lot of people, they would not be able to handle this lifestyle. They would like crash, but not you guys. This is enjoyable to you. And we already covered the 5 of Wands. So yeah, there's going to be people coming for the crown, but I feel like you guys know how to protect yourselves. And final cards we got, diligence and new beginnings. Your life is full of new beginnings all the time. You guys keep yourselves very busy, like I said, very active. Everything is constantly like popping kind of with you guys. There's constantly new businesses, new situations, like I said, new restaurants. You keep your life so zesty and full of fun. You guys, it's like you never lose your childish enthusiasm. And we did get the 6 of Cups, which kind of talks about that. You never become like a jaded old person that just wants to, you know, crawl in their like favorite chair and like crochet a sweater and like listen to the radio. No, you guys are all about trying new, fun, spicy, exciting things, fiery energy, going out, having a good time, really appreciating and enjoying life. I feel like one of the reasons you guys were put on this planet was to like live life to the fullest, and you guys do it. And when you get money, you guys just are able to do that even more. You take full advantage of it in a way that a lot of people might not. A lot of people would be scared to like fully embrace this or just get burnt out, but you guys are really enjoying it. You guys, you have to be a bit diligent and constantly like keep yourselves working, keep yourselves busy. So it's like I said, you're not really able to turn off your phone and just chill and just relax for like a week, because I feel like you guys have so many businesses, so many things going on that like you would just like, your businesses would fall apart. You need to be constantly checking in. But again, I feel like you guys really like that. You guys like being busy. You don't mind it. You enjoy it. This is your passion. And it's just a blast for you. So I feel like you guys are going to have so much fun. Is there anything else you wanted me to say, Spirit, for pile 4? I'm getting that is it. You guys, I feel like you guys are going to have so much fun. You guys are like the partier pile, and I love it. So I want to be invited to this party because it sounds like a blast. But let me know if it resonates in the comments. Leave a like if it resonated, and also check out my Patreon if you want to watch some of those. I just posted a reading about your past love life, so your love life in another lifetime and how that affects your love life now. So check that out if you would like to join us over there. Also, we have our other readings and live streams. But yeah, and also make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you guys very soon in another reading. So take care, guys.